Everyone hear me now? Can you all hear me? Type 1 in chat if you can all hear me. Not so many ones in chat. I guess I'm inaudible. Oh, I see. I see. A 2. I see how it is. I see what you're doing in chat. Background music's a little loud. That's fine. We're going to lower it right now. How's this mix? This sound good? This mix good? All right. Looks like we're about to get started in just a moment. If you're in chat right now, be sure to like the video because that will push it farther in the algorithm. And I am a sucker for getting attention from beyond our usual audience. So, I see what you're doing there in chat. I saw the 6-7s. That meme's dead by now. I saw Christmas shirts with that meme on it. By this point, the meme is gone. It's long expired past our mortal coil. So, without further ado, I suppose we can get started. I almost hit the end screen by accident, which would be a typical kind of stream we do here. So I'm going to just jump right in and say welcome everyone to another one of these eventful moments. We have a very fun stream planned out with a bunch of guests, so I might as well hop into the chat with them right now. They're currently all deafened and muted. I wonder if they're mid-conversation as I jump right in.
Pricey to get into?
They are definitely mid-conversations as you jumped in. Hello, everyone. We're now live. So whatever you were just saying for the last 5 seconds and all the background insults you were secretly sharing, they were on live and preserved forever.
Oh, fun.
Yes. So I absolutely did hear the comments about the things you were talking about, which I absolutely heard. All of it, clearly. That was...
Oh. Please, you can't tell them what I said about Markiplier. They'll kill me.
Don't worry. I won't let the Markiplier snipers get to you. Don't worry. They won't put you in Iron Lung 2. Don't worry. Which I do want to see, by the way. I'm very curious about Iron Lung.
I am excited to see, like, if the Markiplier movie is going to be better than the Chris Stuckman
At user
movie.
_225_.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be because the bar is really low, but YouTubers and movies do not have a great history.
This is very true. I'm going to share my screen with you real quick on mine.
If y'all seen the Shane Dawson movies.
I have not.
I saw the Smile movie, I think it was. Was that what it was that he did a while back?
Yeah, he did Smile, and he did, like, a few other ones. Let's just say his writing is, like,
as good as
controversial subject about assaulting people non-consensually. That's funny on the face of it. You don't need to elaborate anymore.
Yeah, because that's
put it in the script.
Because that's exactly what I want to have a Shane Dawson movie, a movie about assault. How great. Fantastic. Anyway, we have a super chat that came in. I'm going to repeat it again in a second. But first, everyone, mind introducing yourselves?
Oh, yeah, I'll introduce myself. My name is Savvy. I run the YouTube channel Savvy Writes Books, and I've been meaning to do a collab
At Nick Wolf,
with
3,885
and
super
for like,
chatted $2.
what, like 10 years now?
Hello, everybody.
Before we had
My name
YouTube
is
channels,
Marky
like we were
Sniper.
friends on Book Twitter in like 2016, and then we both made YouTube channels independently.
Yeah,
so
no.
we'll do but yeah, so I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy you're on here, honestly. I've been wanting to get you. I've been trying to get you on here for a while, but I had no way of contacting you because you deleted your Twitter.
I know, because
account.
I deleted. We were friends on Twitter, and then I deleted my Twitter years ago. And
you were ahead
then
of
I
the
was
game.
like, I looked for you on Instagram, but you didn't have Instagram, so I was
No.
like, oh, okay, I probably should get rid of Instagram too, honestly. But then I was like, oh, Discord. Discord's the way to do it, obviously. So
Honestly, yeah, it honestly is. Everything's on Discord. It's fantastic. Yes, Savvy, as in the one who writes,
That's me. Yeah, I came to this live stream right after I just finished filming a new review of a Colleen Hoover book like a couple hours ago. So I look so great. I didn't even realize this was going to be audio only, and I was like, well, that sucks because I look so great for filming reviews today. But that's okay. I also look great as the Samantha American Girl doll smoking a joint too.
This is fair. This is fair. I mean, maybe one day I'll do like a video stream only because
I'm so sold on American Girl dolls. They're punk fucking rock.
They are, dude. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I sold you on the American
I just
Girl
thought they
doll.
were like toys for rich people, but it turns out there's a whole other class of struggle commented on.
There's a whole universe involved in them, and there's a pretty hot secondhand market if you don't want to pay full price. So like,
there's a continuity, like a big one, if I remember correctly. My cousin would collect them back in the day, so I was like,
yeah.
I always got scared of them because like the freaking Twilight Zone episode, the Talking Tina one, really had a big influence on me growing up. So it was like I would just think like, oh wow, that doll's gonna come to life and make someone fall down the stairs to their doom. Which is not really associated with American Girl. It's more of a general doll paranoia.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people have like I've always loved dolls, even if they're a little creepy. Like I like to go to antique stores and like try to find old-fashioned creepy dolls and stuff. So I have a whole variety of different things, but I think the American Girl dolls are actually pretty cute. But I guess like all dolls are a little creepy to an extent. So
some
there's
extent.
no
Because
really
it is
getting
a
around that.
lifeless, hollow mimicking of humanity.
This is true.
But yeah,
It's always
so
going to be creepy.
All right.
today I'm represented by Samantha, and Samantha, for anyone who doesn't know, her story takes place in 1905, and she is all about ending child labor. She makes friends with an Irish immigrant from a much lower socioeconomic class, and then she has to help her break out of a child labor factory where a kid's getting his finger cut off in the machines. And then after that, she joins with her aunt to help women gain the right to vote. So that's Samantha's story.
I didn't realize the lore was going to be all Upton Sinclair on us there, but I guess that's
Yeah,
The
that's
lore is a little bit more involved than Nancy Drew.
certainly.
Yeah.
Before we get too sidetracked, though, I want to let the rest of you guys introduce yourselves. So let's go down from left to right on my screen.
Me next?
Yeah, you next.
Hey, my name's Ryan. I run the YouTube channel Nothing But Media, and I am an old man who talks about even older TV. So
So it's going to be perfect for Lord
that's
of the
my
Rings.
role
then.
tonight.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
subscribe to you right now.
Thank you very much.
And from the
You're
oldest,
so
I guess-
welcome.
and from the oldest, we go to the youngest.
Hi guys, my name is Phineas. I got a channel called The One and Only Phineas. Fun fact, I've actually met all three of the people aside from Nothing But Media separately, which is really funny. I did not know who either of the other, I encountered with Ant, Savvy, and Creepy all separately before this call, so it's a weird crossover, but in a fun way.
You have met every single human being at some point in time.
I'm
convinced.
always shocked with that.
Right?
You're so good at meeting people. Phineas met me at my booth at C2E2.
How
He
is
came
this-
into my booth and was like, I watch you on YouTube, and then we talked, and then he was like, so I met Mr. Beast, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's the first one that always comes up with you, though. It's like,
No, that was a uniquely fun. That was actually like a fun convention because your booth was actually like the only semblance of chill in a sea of capitalism. Like
I'm proud of that.
conventions.
That's a high honor. Wow.
Well, it was
Seriously, yeah.
cozy. Like you had the little animals who were just chilling forever as friends. And then and then our second time that we met, I went to. Can I share the story? I think it's so fun.
Was it at Printers Row? That's
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
When I watched your booth for like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, I was selling books at a literature festival by myself, and I was really hungry. So Phineas showed up, and then he watched my booth so I could get lunch. So we had some cheese curds. It was a good time.
That legitimately sounds amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Always tells me I gotta do more conventions because I never go to conventions. Like not never. I don't go to conventions often enough. And I went to Anime New York City this past what was it like September I think it was, and that was a lot of fun. It wasn't October. That would have been a little too late. No, what was it? August. It was one of those days, and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
But like I just don't do it enough. But I didn't get the right badge, so I ended up going to the commoners section of the convention when I could have gone to the cool people section.
See, I've only been to I went to 2 conventions last year, and it was C2E2 and then VidCon. But then the funny thing about Chicago as a city is when it is summer season, there's a few cons going on every week, but it's not a con, it's a street festival, which are free, even though they try to take money.
Great.
Even though they try to take money for donations, you do not need to donate to the street festivals.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, we got a super chat coming in real quick.
Sounds good.
At Cartoon49 super chatted $2. Fav A24 films, and have you seen Marty Supreme yet?
Favorite A24 films. I have not seen Marty Supreme yet. I have a child. I have not been to the theater in a month. Over a month, so it's very difficult to go to the theater. I'll let the Oh, also creepy. You didn't introduce yourself yet.
Hello. I exist. I run the YouTube channel That Creepy Reading. I need to upload more.
Yeah,
I'm
you
trying.
do.
Subscribe to you right now too.
Yeah, his channel's fantastic. He has a lot of good stuff. Honestly, his channel for my last video was definitely a source of inspiration for that one because that was not my usual kind of thing. Dude, I give you credit for digging in some of those darker topics. It can get draining. It can get really draining.
I just been on a quest to see if I can destroy my brain through media. By basically trying to consume and learn about anything within that horror space that I can.
Dude, there's some movies out there that are freaking intense, and you've seen probably most of them. I haven't seen the coffee table.
I do sometimes. Sometimes I like to read descriptions or watch other reviews if it's kind of I don't really need to. I don't know, watch Vomit Doll Girls or something.
Yeah, Murder Vomit Dolls might not be necessary. Actually, probably
I don't.
You guys are saying you're talking about Murder Vomit Dolls in front of an American Girl collector? Whoa.
Yeah, quite bold of us. Quite bold and brave.
I mean, no, the American Girl dolls have all seen some shit. Okay, they can handle
Fair.
it. They can. We
Okay.
were talking earlier before the stream started about all the shit they've been through. They can handle it.
This is fair. This is
But
fair.
Yeah.
the conclusion I came into on that front is that I mean as long as it's not real, it's good.
Agreed. As long as it's not real footage, I'm okay with it for the most part. I have heard the coffee
no one
table's
needs to
really
die
good, though.
for a movie.
No, God no. I have heard that the
No.
coffee table's a really good movie though, but I haven't seen it yet. So I was taking my shirt off. Well, my sweater off, I should say. It was getting a little hot.
Back in the day, they just
film from Super Chat. If anyone can think of one.
throw people. They would throw their actors just down staircases over and over and over again to get the best take.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
For me,
They didn't care.
For me with the A24 thing, it's easily 8th grade. 8th grade's in my top 4 films of all time on Letterboxd and has not left it since I've seen it. That is the best portrayal of anxiety ever.
Love 8th grade. That was a
Is that an
fantastic-
A24 film? I didn't
Yeah,
even know
it
that.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that forever ago.
That was a good one.
That was my. A lot of people were I watched Bo Burnham when he was on YouTube. That was my introduction to Bo Burnham. It looked like an interesting film. I saw it, and now I follow Bo Burnham through anything he does. I will watch.
Love Bo
even though
Burnham.
He has not released. He's not released anything new in Check's Notes. About to be 5 years.
Yes, it's the
He doesn't
pandemic
need
basically.
to. He's good.
Yeah.
5 years since Inside.
I liked him in high school. When I was in high school, that's when he first like started getting popular on
He
YouTube,
reminds me
so-
of Smosh a lot.
Yeah, but if Smosh like took a far
if Smosh
turn
had a
into,
lot
like,
more-
existential.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Smosh, but if it had a lot more to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think I started watching him in like 2008 or so, and he was very like I was just there for the puns. I couldn't get over how many puns he could squeeze into a single line. So.
Honestly, fair. I'm with you on that one. What about like when was Promising Young Women? When was that? When did that come out? Because he was in that, I think, too, right?
That was in like 2020-ish, I think.
Something like that. Yeah, he was good in that.
I remember one of my friends from film school. Yeah, 2020. One of my friends from film school really loved that film. I never watched it though.
It's interesting. It's if you've seen enough of like the rape revenge movies out there, it's a very different take on that subgenre. Way less explicit, which is I think make it more accessible for a lot of people. I think revenge is a lot more fun because it's a lot more violent in like terms of the revenge part of it. But but yeah. So Ryan, Savvy, what A24 film can you think of?
I just recently saw Y2K. I thought that one was very fun. It was like it was super cheesy but I liked how it like went for the 90s movie feel along with like setting it at the end of the 90s. They also were like, this is going to be so ridiculous, like it goes so ridiculously off the rails and is so like in the realm of like ridiculous and unbelievable that I'm like, this fits in with like that era of movies. So I thought that was fun. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at a list now because I realize I'm not always sure which ones are A24
That's fair.
movies.
I always double check.
But I thought Y2K was fun.
Ryan?
Interestingly, to admit, really, a film and TV critic, I've only seen one A24 film, and technically they only sort of distributed it, and that was Tusk.
Tusk. Oh.
Which is catchy, I would say, at best.
Yeah, I'm not a Tusk fan myself. I can't
No.
play.
I mean, I grew up during Kevin Smith's heyday, so I was a big fan back then. But
Can we
I
just
feel
bring
like,
back Clerks animated? Just
yes,
The best.
definitely.
Yeah, that was the best.
that's the
part of
best
Clerks.
thing he's ever fucking did.
By a mile. That and
Let's
Dogma.
not
I'd say.
pretend.
Dogma's really good.
I like that he protested it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
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 Oh, okay. I forgot about Friendship. I like Friendship. I forgot that was a A24
Friendship's
movie.
great. I forgot about that one.
I love Tim Robinson. Like he is the most relatable actor. As like I don't know if he's autistic or not, but like he gets that he
autistic
captures the nuances
anxiety.
of the experience so well that in a way that I've never seen any comedian do before. I
think-
loved Friendship. I thought that it was ridiculous, but also I was like, I'm in for it.
I think you should leave is like one of those comedic shows I quote so often, and my spouse
Yes,
my spouse
same,
can't stand
yes.
it. What's funny is my spouse is so annoyed by Tim Robinson, like she can't freaking stand him.
Oh,
think
that's
you
why.
should
Well, because
leave it
I'm in the
good.
same boat, but like my spouse loves I Think You Should Leave. So like half of the things we say to each other are just quotes from that show, and then we apply them to every situation.
Oh, I love it. I love it. But to answer the question, my favorite A24 film, there's two answers to this. There's the one I think that's the best film, and the one I like the most. I think Moonlight is probably the best film A24 has done. But I gotta go with The Witch. That's the one I enjoy the most. I love historical horror so much. Did they also do The Lighthouse? I forget if they did The Lighthouse or not.
Oh, did they do? I loved The Lighthouse. I don't know
love
if they
The
did that. Let me
Lighthouse.
look.
Let me
I'm
check.
looking it up right now. The
Yeah,
Lighthouse was so
A24.
good.
A24.
They did? Okay, that one's on my top ones too.
Wait, hang on a second. It's A24, and apparently Disney had a hand in distributing it?
The Lighthouse? That's
Apparently-
weird.
That's a weird one. I don't know how that worked out.
At Angels
yeah,
Oh,
the
you guys
phone
are
is
checking
all
me.
super
wrong.
chatted
You got one
$5.
coming in?
I got introduced
Does
to
this
Tusk
mean
in a
Robert
funny
Pattinson's
way.
a Disney princess?
There's
Yes.
a parody nerdcore song about
love
Tusk,
Robert
and I want to
Pattinson.
watch it because of that stupidly catchy song.
You should avoid watching Tusk because it's just not that good a movie. Not because it's not offensive, it's not disturbing, it's not, everyone's like, oh, it's so disturbing. No, it's not. It's just bad. It's not that good.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I mean, I watched a lot of disturbing films as a kid, and that doesn't really compare. It's
Goofy.
I think it's a good idea, but badly executed.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Another super chat coming in.
At Stingertopia3169 super chatted
Here we go.
$5. Grifters also love denying real gay relationships like Alexander the Great, many Japanese soldiers, Roman laws, rules, and Nero.
Yeah, especially Alexander the Great, I realized. Do you remember the Alexander the Great docu-series that came out on Netflix a couple years ago? Where people got really offended when the documentarians were like, yeah, Alexander the Great was probably really gay with a lot of his generals. And you had all these people going like, no, there's no way. He would never, never.
You would never.
Okay, buddy. Hey, Wave.
At the Wave Runner super
Oh,
chatted
weird when
$5.
criticism like that
If you
comes
want a
out
good piece of
after-
media
sorry.
associated
Go
with
ahead.
the Fleetwood Mac song Tusk, read or watch JoJo. Steel Ball Run, it's the main JoJo's stand.
Honestly, Fleetwood Mac and JoJo Steel Ball Run are better associated with, better than Tusk by a mile. Just watch JoJo or listen to Fleetwood Mac. Don't watch Tusk. Up, another super chat coming in.
At M's Vanessa Vengeance super chatted $5. Have you seen the detective show Monk? And if so, what do you think of it and the title character?
That's an interesting question. Yeah, I have seen Monk. Loved it when it aired, but I haven't thought of it in years. I'm sure it's one of those things where it's like portrayals of like OCD and neurotypicalness, like at a certain point in time, they tend to fall back on similar tropes. I'm sure if I watched it again today, I'd look at it and go like, oh, well, that's a little problematic, But I remember liking it a lot when I first saw it, but I haven't seen it in years. And I could be really wrong. It could be fantastic, but I haven't seen it in so long. I really
Now we're
don't
in
want to
my
give a
kind-
good answer to that question.
Now we're in my kind of field because I
At
a
Cartoon
few years ago,
49
I
super
rewatched it
chatted
with my
$2.
partner. And yeah, it is
Surprised EEAO
it's
is
played
not
for laughs.
mentioned.
A lot of the time, but it's probably the best ongoing portrayal of OCD on TV, certainly at the time.
That's fair. Quick one. We had this one super chat that kind of got like glossed over. Surprised Everything Everywhere All at Once was not mentioned. I consider that one too. That one's fantastic. Also, that's up there.
That's a good one. I liked that one.
I like that one a lot.
I actually surprisingly have not seen that movie.
You have
that
not
was one-
seen Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Look. You're gonna find out that I was that I am consistently one of the worst film majors at seeing whatever the major films are of a time. And
Oh,
the
dude,
whole
I'm
thing,
the same way.
yeah, no. So the whole thing for it is it was coming out in like 2022.
I think
And
so.
it's
Yeah.
2022 is like I'm in the heat of film school, but the other whole thing about that year is I do AMC A-lister now, but when you're a college student, a $10 ticket to the cinema is a pretty pricey event sometimes, you know.
Oh yeah, no, and I know what you mean. When I was in college, my buddy, my roommate, one of my roommates, he was super into film, studied film. He went to go see when it came out, The Master, which I think is one of the all-time great Paul Thomas Anderson films. And he would not stop talking about how great The Master was for a couple of days. And it took me like a full year and a half to end up watching it because I just couldn't get around to watching it for whatever reason. There was always something going on.
No,
I'm
I
the
feel
same
that.
way with like Phineas, what you were saying. Like I was a film major too, 15-ish years ago. And I for my whole life, I like any movie that's big and popular right now, if you ask me about it, I'll be like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. But then if you ask me about like random low budget directors that have their movies screened at local theaters at midnight, I could tell you, I'll like ramble off fun facts about them. So I see all the weird movies and I end up just like, I also like don't do streaming services. I just buy Blu-rays from independent directors' websites and shit. So you gotta cross over to the hipster side.
See, no, I actually pay for like most streaming services still. Well, so in my family, parents pay for the Netflix and HBO Max, and then I do Disney Plus, Hulu, and either Paramount or Peacock, depending on the time. And my younger brother contributes nothing.
Oh my
joking.
goodness.
I tease him about this all the time. Like, hey, you want to give a streaming service to us? Huh? No.
I will
but
say this: Peacock is very good around Halloween time. They got some good films on Peacock. It's one of like the most unsung for Halloween films. Like they get some weird ones, which I like.
I've made it a mission to watch more films in general. I'm usually like to watch series as opposed to movies, just because my ADHD makes it easier for me to focus on something that's only like 30 minutes in length, as opposed to an hour plus. Not to mention, we gotta talk, brothers. Like, I work a full ass time job.
Same.
Sometimes it's like hard. I don't know, to watch everything that's coming out, so you typically go with the things that align with your interests. So yeah, for me,
Yeah, that's
I
valid.
typically only watch horror movies or like something in that like vein of depressing, I guess.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
You know, I tend to stick to that because, like, I don't know, I like movies that make me think and feel something. And I do see the appeal of like other films like John Wick or like stuff with like the action series or more of those like popcorn fun movies. But I tend to like, I don't know, I really like those like Wes Anderson types where it's like I watch something, I don't know what I watch, but damn, I got to think about it for the next week.
I got a movie for you all to watch. Yeah, just totally like Wes Anderson. We're going to recommend totally. And chat, if you've seen this movie, don't spoil my illusion right here. You'll ever see Taxidermia?
no.
Oh,
No.
it's a wholesome family movie about three generations of men, and it's just their life story. You know, it's a wholesome family adventure. Nothing weird in the movie. Nothing weird or gross happens
No,
at
okay,
all.
I just looked this up. No.
I'm getting a
What? What's
without
wrong?
looking it
Call
up.
it again?
Without looking it
Taxidermia?
up.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, no.
I'm
You're
getting
gonna get
a
grossed
trend.
out so quickly. I was being
I'm
sarcastic.
getting a weird
People
I'm
in
getting
chat.
a weird feeling that, like, as we were discussing dolls earlier, somebody saying, "Oh, you like dolls? You'd probably enjoy Anthony Hopkins' Magic."
Magic was so good. That's a good one. Very very psychological. Not as gross as tax. I mean, not as wholesome as Taxidermia. Not as wholesome as Taxidermia. Not at all repulsive at all. Nothing gross happens in Taxidermia.
I'm just looking at because I know nothing about this
Oh,
movie,
you
and I'm like, honestly, I'm kind of open to it
Yeah,
after reading the
it's-
Wikipedia page.
It's a weird movie, but it's like I guarantee you've never seen anything like it. There
Those
isn't
are,
a
I got
film
it.
those are
quite
the
like
ones
it.
that stick with me. The weirder the movie, the better. I just want to be.
I gotta
It's out there.
challenge.
Mhm.
I gotta throw some of my own weird esoteric movies on there. Y'all need to watch King of Pigs or Paddock.
I've seen King of Pigs. It's the Korean animated one, right?
Yes,
That
made
one's
by the
really
dude who
good.
made Train to Busan.
Yeah, that one was excellent.
The cat stabbing scene was masterful.
Yeah, no, it was. I've never seen a movie quite like that one. That was really like there was
It
something.
was my favorite drug trip in all of anime.
Yeah, no, it was brutal and cruel and nihilistic. But I would recommend that. I would second that recommendation as well. There's a lot of Korean films out there I'd recommend.
The
You
weird
also gotta
movie I'm
watch
really
Paddock,
into.
though.
I've not seen that one.
Sorry.
I'll go for it. I'm
No,
sorry.
you go, you go.
The weird movie I'm really into right now is Hundreds of Beavers.
Oh, that was
I
great.
want to see that. It's on my list. I hear everyone loves it, but I haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet.
Yeah,
I've seen it a lot of times. I saw it. I saw it super stoned at a local movie theater, like midnight showing, which
The
was
only way to
awesome.
watch it, I'm sure.
The only way to watch it. But then we also got the Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray has this like. Because it's all like Looney Tunes logic, right? Like it's a black and white silent film with live action actors that operate on Looney Tunes logic, essentially. So it's really cool to see like the Blu-ray has it split screen so you can see the shot in the movie, and then next to it it shows like what it looked like, what was green screen, how they were doing the effect, and it's like the TV's broken into like 4 quadrants, and I had such a blast watching it that way.
That sounds
So,
amazing, but
I
also
highly
dizzying.
recommend it.
That sounds like a
It's
good
a
second
lot,
watch,
but
I think.
it's oh yeah, that was like my 4th watch of it. So
There you
yeah.
go. There you go. I gotta
Yeah.
do that.
We watched it
Yes.
because a friend of mine got from another. Okay, one of my creator friends got from one of my other creator friends a screener copy and shared it to us in a server. And so about like 10 of us watched it together. And yeah, no, Hundreds of Beavers is great. It's a very
it's
solid
great.
film. Very fun.
Okay, y'all can't just say a movie's solid and then not give me an idea of what I'm walking into.
It's about hundreds of
Okay,
beavers.
so it is Hundreds of Beavers is a black and white silent film. It's silent in the sense that like there's no dialogue, but
Yeah.
people still scream and there's still sound effects and such. But it's about a fur trapper who wants to marry this man's daughter, and he has to first sell him hundreds of beaver pelts in order for him to allow him to marry his daughter. So he's off hunting beavers. All of the animals are played by humans in mascot costumes, and
It's
everything
great.
is like Looney Tunes level hijinks, like people falling in holes, people killing each other in extremely comedic ways. It's like, but that's the plot, and it keeps all these running bits going for 2 straight hours.
Well, so the thing that made this thing funnier for me, right? So my school's mascot for college was a beaver.
Oh my god, I love it.
So imagine so the school that I went to was a little liberal arts school in Vermont. People who know the school would absolutely know it. But so it was this guy named Chauncey, which was this really creepy mascot costume that always came out for like school events. But there's only like 2,000 students at the school, but he was always there. So the beaver getting killed so many times, it was like, yep, cool, burning that costume that deserves it.
I love it. I love it. All right.
I have the chat up, and I just wanted to address Irmanita Rules, who said, does it beat Night of the Lepus? My answer to that is yes. I also love Night of the Lepus, though.
Night of the Lepus is peak. I do agree.
Night of the Lepus is great, but I think Hundreds of Beavers is even better.
All right, I'm going to play some super chats real quick, and then we're going to move on to the topic at hand once we get through these. One sec.
At Balthazar 228 super chatted $19.99.
Thank you so much.
How come we never see fictional nautical vessels put together as couples? I want to see the Pequod and Nautilus ship.
Honestly, we should have that. That ship should sail in the night. I agree. That's a good ship. I like that ship. Thank you for
Zulia's
the
the
donation.
Mad Hair super chatted $5. Honestly, with a 24, nothing will be hereditary for me. The first time in a theater where I felt
that was
pure
a good
dread.
one.
The theater was quietest I've ever heard.
That scene with the where they get a head. You know, yeah.
At
Knock some
Tall
sense
King
into
Movie
Joe
Bubbles
Knockins. Yeah, that was a big
B6N
one.
super chatted $4.99. Thank God you stopped touching the anime vid of Star
That
Giant.
was rough.
Epscaly, the My Hero part of it. The stuff he said about Mount Lady is whack.
You know, I didn't even think about Mount Lady. Now that I've thought of it, I realize exactly what he would
At the
have said.
Wyverner super chatted $5. Hundreds of Beavers is the best video game adaptation for a game that doesn't exist. It's a lovely time. Damn, I need to see that version.
Oh, 100%. You got to watch that version. I got to watch that version. Okay, so before we get started, I want to just ask you a simple question here. Would you all like to go on a date?
Is that the question?
Yeah.
Wait, what are you asking us that? Like,
Yeah,
if
you
we
all
wanna
wanna go on a date.
Go on a
I-
date, like all of us together right now?
No, well,
Like-
I have a guy lined up for a date. I just figured you want to meet the guy first.
How
before
cute
I-
is he?
Well, I'm
Scale
going to tell
1 to
you.
10.
I'm going to tell you. You're going to find out.
I thought you were about to like start a polycule with the entire chat right
No,
now.
right here.
No,
My name is Michael.
No, right here. We have a date right here lined up for
Oh.
everyone.
I've already
let's hear
been
it out.
on
Let's
that
see what you have to say. Real quick before we get started with the actual stuff. I have to use this somewhere in the stream.
You're gonna start doing this to your guests every week.
I'm just
I
saying,
am
if this
now
guy
planning it,
is
yeah.
open to dating, I think his tattoo's cute.
Well, let's see what he has to say first before you agree to anything.
Michael Flannery. I'm also known as Psycho Mike, owner of Psycho Mike's Beach Body Shop on Venice. Living in Van Nuys.
Oh, he has money
yeah, I'm
too.
looking for a
Yeah.
date, girlfriend, wife, long-term relationship. I mean, I'm looking for somebody who likes me for me. Somebody who not only understands Psycho Mike, but she understands Michael Flannery. How would I describe myself? Physically, as a work in progress, as are we all.
As we all are.
We're all works in progress. So the key to a good relationship with Psycho Mike is dealing with Psycho Mike. Nothing gets in his way. I mean, relationship, what, don't ask me, do you want an omelet? Make an omelet. Make an omelet, all right? Psycho Mike
He has him
is
calling himself that.
impervious to emotions. He thinks emotions are for the weak. He thinks that there's no such thing as good things or bad things, only things. And it's your reaction to them that determines what's good or bad. My name is Mike.
So what do you guys think of that one?
So I have a question for him. My question for him would be, the shop that he owns, is that like a body shop on the beach, like for cars, or is it like
Venice,
selling?
right?
Is it like selling? Is it selling beach body? Is it like a beach body shop selling the pyramid scheme beach body products?
Well, I mean, Psycho
Or
Mike might
is
do
it-
both. He might just sell you
Or
bodies.
is it? Or does he sell us bodies? That's what I was gonna ask next. Or is it a shop on the beach that sells us bodies? Like, I need to know more about the shop first, because I have a respect for independent entrepreneurs, so I need to know more about that venture, and I need to know if he's a grifter or if this is an honest, hardworking business.
I know, you gotta make sure he makes the money. Also,
I say if he's got the
It's not even
green,
about the
he can
money,
get
it's about the
peen.
ethic.
this is true. I personally have to say, I'm a little concerned he calls himself Psycho Mike all the time. That might get inconvenient.
I mean, that was his nickname.
No,
in
no,
college,
no,
though,
no,
wasn't it?
no, no. I'd come home. I'd be like, yo, Psycho. What's
No, you
up?
gotta do Psycho Mike. It's the whole thing. You can't just have one part of it. It has to be the whole collective thing.
Well, sometimes I call him Mike. Sometimes I call him Psycho. Sometimes I call him Psycho Mike.
No, it's like a pimp. It's like a pimp named Slipback. Yeah, it's the whole thing.
You could call him Myco Psych if you want.
Listen, if he's
Yeah.
gonna be that particular about it, then we don't.
I know, it's not gonna work
This
out.
doesn't need to be a thing.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I have to be able to use my slang. I have to be able to come up with nicknames. That's a non-negotiable.
This is fair. Don't worry. There's many other options if that doesn't work out for you. We have many options.
What? You don't think Psychotic Michael is good enough for me?
I don't know. It's options, though. I found this. I'm going to use this as much as possible. Here's another option. Here's another option here.
My name is Theodore Skip Wormsley, U.S. Army 3rd Infantry, retired. Was medically retired because of some non-medical issues, some drug-related issues. Cleaned up my act, moved out here to the West Coast, looking for the woman of my dreams. Like I said, they call me the Worm for a reason. I'm not just a mustache, but for a nickel, you can ride it. So I'm a
What
big,
the heck?
big boob guy. Well, I can do push-ups all day, with or without a partner. Just
Please
keep
button your
pumping.
shirt,
3
sir.
words to describe myself: hostile, mobile, and agile. I do not believe in
He
love
looks
at
like
first
he's
sight.
had
I believe that
surgery in his
something,
pectoral
like
area.
love needs
Right?
to be developed over the first
Well,
few
I mean, like,
hours of
yeah,
a
if
relationship,
she's
where you show
no
that
war.
you're financially
Right?
stable and that you know how
It
to
just
handle
seems
your
like you
business in
wouldn't
a
try to
flock.
advertise
Do I believe in a
that.
soulmate? No, I do not. I'm strictly a Caucasian dater.
Oh, God.
Oils, strong thighs,
Hey,
Hawaiian
no.
music. These are all things
Mr.
that
Racist over here.
touch me
Just
at
casual
a level
racism.
of frequency.
I thought his
that I,
mustache was cool
first
until that
experienced
moment.
in
So
a
Yeah, it just
small
colors everything,
Quonset hut.
doesn't it?
Get a little emotional thinking about it, but I'm going to need a
Even a
minute.
mustache can't excuse racism.
If a genie say,
Right.
hey, Skip, here's 3
Doesn't matter
wishes.
how many nickels I
do you
have,
want?
you'll never get it.
no.
Couple
Yeah.
of titties. I don't have a family.
Oh, I can't imagine why.
We can
Carly?
tell.
I'm packing downstairs, ladies. That's what makes me different.
No, sir.
No.
Just
Why
uncomfortable
does-
zoom out.
I mean,
These feel like parody ones of these that would be on like an Adult Swim short film or something.
These are totally real and not fake at all. These are absolutely legitimate, all of them. Clearly. Like, I mean, listen, they're all... I'm trying to find... Who's one of the other ones that were really...
Look at Boris down there.
Oh, Boris.
He's looking like... He looks like he's like calling out for love.
Where's
He's
Boris?
like doing
Boris-
a bird song.
Oh, God. No, there's one that's... There's one that I feel like you get a kick out of. Where is... There's one that's like slightly terrifying. I think this is it.
You should date me because I'm so far out of your league. You would be lucky to date me. Hi, I'm Elizabeth.
Are your
Call
standards
me
low?
Beth only.
Yeah,
right. Relatable.
What kind of man am I looking for? I really don't know. Hopefully, a good one. I have never been in love with anybody before. I don't even
A
love
good
my
one.
parents or
It's fine.
any of my
They didn't
siblings.
understand
But
asexuality. Then I
every
get
guy
it.
I've ever dated has been madly in love with me. And you will be in love with me too. My dream first date is go to a restaurant, get me drunk. You could see if you could keep up.
Yeah, right. Oh,
I
wait,
do
check on
smoke
you.
At Olivia_Williams_purple_fairy super chatted $3.59. Why do they all look like they are time traveler from the 70s and 80s?
So supposedly these are all dating videotapes from the 80s and 90s.
Are they real?
Supposedly.
Because they look like they're skits. I feel
Yeah,
like these
no.
these
So-
look like
so
bits
that's
that
the-
people are doing.
That's the other thing. These are skits. They're not real. None of
Okay,
these are
that's
real.
what I thought because
See,
I'm like,
yeah.
the video quality looks too high def to have been ripped from an
Right.
actual VHS
Yeah, no.
tape. That's not, yeah.
I don't want to spoil anyone's bubble, but they're all fake. They're all fake. But they're meant to make fun of these old. So it's okay to laugh.
No,
Yeah.
Psycho Mike isn't real.
Psycho Mike is not real. No.
Rix's mustache
He can't
is
hurt
not
you.
real.
Apparently, Psycho Mike's actor was in Scrubs. Apparently, he was like a character of the day on Scrubs at some point. So if you watch Scrubs, he's on there somewhere. From what I've heard, I'm not 100% certain if it was Scrubs specifically, but it was on that. I think it was Scrubs. But yeah, these are all fake. So you can laugh at them. It's fine. They're not
Okay,
real.
cool.
They're characters. They're not real people.
Besides, if they were real, half of them might not be alive.
No, they'd all be. I think about half of them would be dead. So when she says,
Cigarettes, yeah.
Especially
but
Psycho
I
Mike.
don't-
There's no way he's making it to the 2020s.
"No, I'm sorry, Psycho Mike probably got canceled."
Psycho
selling
Mike does
bodies."
not survive COVID.
So Savvy, when you're saying like, what's his shop like? It's a body shop. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, so someone in the chat mentioned that on the beach a body shop would like fix surfboards, which makes total sense. I live in Chicago where the entire ground is frozen over, so we don't have
It's-
that here.
Yeah,
but
no.
Yeah.
but no, I was still just like a beach body shop. It just took me back to my anti-MLM video days where we
Oh,
took down
God.
pyramid schemes. Those
We
were
need
good
to-
times.
We need to go back to those days because they're getting worse.
They're getting worse. I'm gonna have to go back to making those again.
And we also lost Illuminati to her being horrible. So
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that was fuck.
Yeah, that definitely
Oh, that takes me back.
is. Illuminati even still making videos? Like,
No.
or like,
Oh,
is her
no,
channel?
there's no
I think she
way.
had like, wasn't the rumor that she had started like a second channel that like was using like an AI voice, something like that, and no one knew who it was.
I'm gonna look it up. I'll look her up right now, but I don't know.
Anyway, as you were looking that up, let me pick up the real focus of the day. Love. This right here is a joke ad from TBS's re-airing of Lord of the Rings. To show you how old this is, this was airing when it first debuted on TBS, shortly after the movies came out. So, brace yourselves.
Okay.
Frodo! Frodo! I've lost you. Mr. Frodo's not going anywhere without me. I'm glad you're with me.
The Lord of the Rings starts Friday, April 14th at 8/7 Central.
That's wonderful.
This was like the televised adverts for the movies. So like when people say no one outside of like fans shipped these characters, it's like TBS was making jokes about it. It was pretty. It was a reoccurring joke.
Well, mind you,
Well, I
also.
found that's like when I've had to review like media that has like very obvious queer subtext or even text within it, there's a lot of times when like people who don't want to see it will just be like, well, everyone tries to make everything gay nowadays, and I'll be like, bro, I'm talking about articles that were written in the 70s. Like, I don't know what you mean by nowadays. You have to go back to pre-American Civil War in order for it to
Exactly.
not be nowadays, right? Like, so no, it's ridiculous. I think a lot of people just like are trying to pretend it's this modern phenomenon as a way to be like, being gay is a new thing. Nobody ever did it before. Back in my day, we weren't
Oh yeah,
gay.
never.
One thing,
Oh wait, one second.
The thing is that if
At
you're like
Melvin Awool
straight,
we got a
super
super
chat
chat
and you
down
don't
real quick.
know,
Hello, Aunt. Can you tell about my book, The Marks of the Angels, on Amazon?
Can I tell about your book, The Marks of the Angels, on Amazon?
no.
I don't know anything about your. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. 1 second. Okay, keep doing your thought. I'll take a look at it.
But yeah, God, I lost my train of thought there for a second. What was I saying?
A French thrill. I don't see it. Sorry, I can't find your book there. Sorry about that. So yeah, about gay ships, SPL ships back.
Oh
in the
yeah,
day.
yeah. So when you're straight and you don't know any gay people and you're not thinking about homosexuality, you're more likely to miss it even when it's obvious in a piece of media. So when someone points out to you gay subthemes, it feels wrong because you don't want to acknowledge that it was there to begin with. So they feel like a defensive need to be like, no, it's not there, even though it quite clearly is.
Yeah.
It's just due to their own ignorance.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
their own desire not to have it be in their favorite media.
And the thing also, sorry.
I should also mention, TBS is owned by the same studio who owns the Lord of the Rings films, if I'm correct. Because TBS is owned by Warner Discovery.
Yeah.
Who, this was the people who made the movie. They've approved this marketing for that movie. So they're very in on the joke.
It was so Turner was bought out by Warner Brothers. So and TBS is the Turner Broadcasting Station. So this was Warner Brothers marketing their own film. Another thing too that people forget is that a lot of with Lord of the Rings, it became popular with the counterculture movement in the 60s and in early 50s, late 50s actually. And a lot of that overlap with the hippies, overlap with the civil rights movement. It also overlapped a lot with the early gay rights, with Stonewall and all that as well. So a lot of those groups were the people who, and of course, your rock scene and all that. All of those combined helped promote Lord of the Rings to begin with. So a lot of people began reading the works through that lens. When I want to establish this as a backing, because when we talk about this topic, it has decades of history behind it.
Charlie Celestia super chatted $10.05. I got into Lord of the Rings later than I'd like to admit, but I knew everyone shipped Frodo and Sam.
Mm-hmm.
When I finally read the books and watched the movies, I went, oh, I totally get it now.
Exactly. And in the books even, Gimli and Legolas basically almost lived together as platonic life partners. So it's not just Frodo and Sam. The books were meant to emulate, in many ways, the relationships that men had during the war that Tolkien met firsthand.
So fun fact, because you said I got into Lord of the Rings later than I'd like to admit in that comment. I got into Lord of the Rings when I was 29, almost 30.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that I couldn't get into it before, despite having seen the movies multiple times, was that I was always like, there's so much visual and auditory information and world building happening all at once, and I would just miss whole sections of it, even if I'm trying to focus on it. So then I took some Adderall, and I watched it, and I was like, holy shit, this movie's amazing. And that's how I learned I have ADHD. I then went to psychiatrist after that, just so you know. But like, yeah.
In fairness, honestly, that's a good way of discovering that you have ADHD and Lord of the Rings is amazing. I kind of love that.
That's how I discovered it, was through Lord of the Rings. So it's always had a special place in my heart.
I love that so much. Sorry.
I've not really engaged with Lord of the Rings in like years. Like when I was a kid, we watched the original trilogy, but the whole thing is my dad got it mixed up, so we watched it Fellowship of the Ring, Return of the King, Two Towers.
Really?
Yeah, my dad forgot the order.
That's interesting. That's wild.
And
I feel like he would figure out you fucked up at
some point.
Well, so he was a big Lord of the Rings fan. My dad is very into dad fantasy as far as it goes. Like, really loved the original series of Star Wars. Thought that Jar Jar Binks ruined the Star Wars franchise.
He's right. He's
Yeah.
correct. He's correct.
He is responsible for every problem in those movies.
Yeah.
But like, he got pretty into Lord of the Rings as far as it goes, and got that. And then we had the first two Hobbits, because my dad was really big into the 3D craze, so we got the first two Hobbits on 3D Blu-ray at our house.
Oh my god! Did you have like the 3D TV and everything in your house growing up?
We had that. We had like 8 sets of glasses that my dad got for that, and then we have this wall of like probably over 300 different movies and stuff that my dad has up there. It's pretty impressive. He's kind of like crazy organized.
So
which is really funny.
So we're going to your dad's house to watch movies. I gotcha. Also, I want to respond to something Wave said in chat. Sebulba, Sebulba is going to save the day in the new Star Wars game. So Bulba apparently did not die. Apparently, wait, have you heard that? That Bulba didn't die. It's the first time I'm hearing about it. That's Bulba didn't die in the first.
Somehow, Sebulba returned.
Sebulba returned somehow. Sebulba returned exactly.
I don't know. I feel like maybe Phineas will relate to this as a film major. I used to find the Lord of the Rings movies very stressful because I used to work on film sets. And I would, people I'd work with as, the gaffer, director of photography, whatever, they would love talking about the Lord of the Rings movies because they're such an amazing feat of cinematography.
Right.
But then I would watch them, and all I could think about was, they took 6 hours to set up this shot. And I would just be transported to, when it takes 20 minutes to set up a single shot, I start to get worried about the schedule. And it's I know they had so much time for production and pre-production and stuff, but I would just be thinking about, they're setting up the camera, they're doing the take of this, how long each of these individual shots took to get this whole movie together, and I was like, God, I'm stressed.
Were you also
about the planning that went into this?
And then when Viggo Mortensen breaks his foot on the helmet that he kicks, the fact that
were you also an assistant director on set, Savvy? You have assistant director vibes also.
No, I wasn't an assistant director usually. I probably did that role at some point. I liked to direct movies a lot, and when I wasn't directing, I liked working in the props and costumes.
Fair. No, I was when I wasn't directing, I was assistant directing and running around the whole set being like, is everyone doing okay? Hey, I'm proud of you. You're valid.
No, that's what I'm saying. Watching Lord of the Rings, you're like, this is the first AD. This movie had to be that movie probably took 10 years off their life.
Oh, 100%. Oh, gosh, we got super chat coming in?
At the Wave Runner super chatted $5. The most stressful movie I've seen in theaters was Dunkirk, almost solely from the sound design. It felt like I was in the trenches the whole time.
The most stressful movie I've ever seen is still Uncut Gems. That movie's like having an anxiety attack the whole way through.
I finally watched that for the first time, and it's good. It's a solid film. Yeah, I agree.
I feel like people either love that film obsessively, or they're like, yeah, it's fine. I feel like there's no middle ground.
Dude, there was one film major in our school who, that was his entire life. And I didn't really like this film major dude. No offense to him.
Oh, my goodness.
He was just very much so film bro type as far as it goes.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't really click with that vibe.
In his dorm room?
I believe his name literally was, the first part of that word, if I remember correctly.
Tony Montana?
No. I think his first name was Scar or something.
Really?
So
his first name was Scar?
I believe. I don't. It was 6 years ago. It's like this was someone that I barely even. This was someone who stressed me out because just film bros are weird, man.
I imagine a guy named Scar would be slightly intense. Yeah, his name's fucking Scar.
Well, the thing for me on sets is it's and not an offense to cinematography guys, but there's that type of cinematography guy who's just really, really in their craft, and if you're not as much of a craft expert,
I know plenty of guys like that. Trust me. Yes.
Yeah.
Was he trying to kill the Full Metal Alchemist?
Well, it's because that really is the duality of film school, right? You got a lot of those people that are craft experts, and then there's the more creative kind of people. Because the way that I break down film people is you're in film school especially, I feel like people are either technical, creative, or social, and you can have two, but you can't have the third, know?
Exactly.
At the guy 493 super chatted $2. My most stressful movie was The Audition.
Audition is fantastic. That's one of my all-time favorite films. I love Audition. But yeah, the last 15 minutes of that movie are some of the most anxiety-inducing things I've seen in a film.
Hold on, something's bothering me about this channel immediately.
Oh, right? Have you
seen the thumbnails?
Oh, I have. I have seen the thumbnails. They're all exactly how you'd expect this channel to be. Have you all seen Audition? Actually, I'm curious.
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay,
is that the horror film?
The Japanese horror film, yeah. I'll give you the.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh yeah, so I don't have to pitch this one to you. I'll pitch it to the rest of y'all. Japanese movie director, wife dies. A few years later, his son's grown up and is like, "Hey, Dad, you look tired. You should remarry." And he's like, "Okay, I guess I will, but I don't know how to meet a girl." So they set up a fake audition for a fake TV show. He gets to meet tons of girls at once, and there's one girl there who's like his perfect type. And his assistant, who's his friend's like, I don't know, None of this girl's references are answering when we call them. There's something weird about her. And the guy's like, no, she's the one. I know. And they go, okay, we'll call you back for the audition, whatever. And they keep coming back to her, and she's just sitting in an empty apartment, and the only thing there is a phone and a gigantic stuffed burlap sack in the background of the shot. And everything they cut back to, everything's still. She's just sitting there, watching her phone, waiting for him to call. Finally, he calls. She just grins, reaches for the phone, and the burlap sack behind her starts thrashing. And then there you go. That's your movie.
What in the rehearsal?
Yeah, no. It just, whatever you think is going on, it's worse.
That's unsettling.
Yeah.
I was gonna say my most stressful movie
It's-
that I watched was when someone like. I feel like everyone at some point does the thing where you put on The Wizard of Oz and mute it and put on Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh, yeah.
I've never done that.
Oh, no, here's the shot, actually. It's perfect. Here you go. Here's the opening.
Oh, no.
I'll play this one bit. Just have your reaction to it. It's so perfect. Just like a perfect little shot. Yeah, the whole movie's just insane. It's just like,
God.
if I'm there, it's just like, it just gets worse and worse. I remember there used to be a thing Bravo did. They had the 100 Scariest Movie Moments back in like the mid 2000s. And they're interviewing all these guys who were involved with horror. They had like Eli Roth, Rob Zombie. They're all like, yeah, this movie made me uncomfortable. I don't like it. It bothered me. I'm like, yeah, okay. Rob Zombie's uncomfortable. I know I'm in for something. Okay.
The person who talked about doing Dark Side of the Moon with Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, I've done that also. I love that. What I really want to do is put on Dark Side of the Moon with The Room so we can do Dark Side of the Room. I think that would be awesome, but no one's wanted to do that.
Dark Side of the Room with The Room.
You know what?
That sounds
Yeah,
good.
like put on The Room like Tommy Wiseau in The Room and mute it and put on Dark Side of the Moon instead of the audio. Like,
I wonder if that would work. That might
I
work.
am game. Sadly, I am game for that.
You're game for that? All right, we'll
I'm game
try.
for that.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll
I'm
host
down.
something just for Chicago people, maybe, or like
okay.
whenever y'all are in Chicago, we'll do that.
Yeah,
I'm down for that. I synced up Black Parade to Sonic 3. Wave. That sounds amazing, actually. The Black Parade album to fucking Sonic 3. That sounds either the best or worst idea, and I love that.
I have never played a Sonic game.
What?
I've played like Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics, but like I've never played a real Sonic game.
Fascinating, Phineas. We'll fix that later. Don't worry. All right, let's
Okay.
chat play.
At user_225_CCC super chatted $1.99. I saw drinkers slurping shrimp cocktails at Da Diddy party.
Oh my goodness, that sounds terrible and horrifying. All right, let's get on to the video topic here. Our video subject today is Geeky Stoics, which is a channel that apparently specializes in nerd life and philosophy. And they want us to find tools for living good lives within our favorite stories. Priorities include anger, leadership, masculinity, balance, parenting, and friendship. Well, I'm a man.
Parenting.
I'm a parent.
I don't want to be told how to parent something.
I mean, I'm a parent. I'm curious what your guidelines on how I should be parenting my kids should be, because I myself don't know how to do anything myself. So I got to have someone else tell me.
I've given you a lot of advice on parenting, but I never like expected you to listen to it because
Exactly.
most of it, it won't work.
Exactly. Nothing ever works. It's fantastic. It's amazing. I love it.
That's the joy of parenting, you know.
There
You have
we
to figure
go.
it out.
But the video in question here is Friendship is Not Gay, actually. And we have Sam and Frodo, and we have Frog and Toad.
The duality of man.
And the Valley of Man.
Frog and Toad are just literally the same as Bert and Ernie in the sense that, like, yes, they're gay. Everybody knows that.
Well, it's more than just that. Do you not know the story?
Well, yeah, wasn't it like I know that like Frog and Toad and Bert and Ernie were both like independently created by gay creators who were basing it on their own relationships, which is kind of like nail in the coffin.
Wait.
That, like, yes, they're obviously gay.
Canonically-
was Jim Henson gay or
Jim Henson was
Jim
not
Henson,
gay.
no, he didn't make Frog and Toad.
No, but I mean you said Frog and Toad and Bert and Ernie, or
Oh no, okay, so Jim Henson made the Muppets in general, but then like I believe let me look it up. On
Yeah.
Sesame
Actually, yeah.
Street,
While you're doing that, I can confirm that the daughter of Arnold Lobel confirmed that Frog and Toad were written as gay.
yes.
So this was back in the 70s. Lobel, the author, was actually a gay man who married a woman and had a kid. But basically, they believe. Oh no, sorry, Jewish. So it was by late Jewish author and illustrator Arnold Lobel. Lobel's own daughter Adrienne, who illustrated two of her father's books after his death, recently suggested in an interview with the New Yorker that the two friends may have been gay, stating they are of the same sex and they love each other. It was quite ahead of its time in that respect. So, in the end, the trials of their relationship are worth bearing because Frog and Toad are most content when they're together. You know, if an adult has an unhappy love affair, he writes about it. Well, if I have an unhappy love affair, you have to somehow use all that pain and suffering, but turn it into a work for children. That's something that Lobel said himself. He could not confirm this during his lifetime. He also suffered from AIDS, which contributed to his death of a heart attack. And the Jim Henson Company did, in fact, work on an adaptation of the books. So it all ties to Jim Henson eventually.
I looked up the Bert and Ernie thing. So it was Mark Saltzman who was he was a writer for Sesame Street and he wrote the Bert and Ernie scenes. So
Gotcha.
yeah, he's okay. According what I see on this NBC News article that was the first thing on Google, it says Mark Saltzman felt that when he was writing Bert and Ernie, he was writing them as a couple, basing their interactions on his own experiences. Yeah. So, okay, he said, I guess his husband was a guy named Arnie, and he wrote Bert and Ernie based on their relationship.
So, there you go.
I love that Bert and Ernie share a Wikipedia page together. Like
it's Bert and Ernie.
Yeah, they're together.
Yeah.
Okay, so
they were my first ship, and all my ships are canon. That's my superpower.
That's true.
Whoa.
What are the ships you've made canon?
Well, Kirk and Spock, which I have an entire video essay on my channel arguing that if you take all Star Trek into account from 1966 through 1984, like the original series and the first 4 movies ish, that the story doesn't make sense if you don't understand them as having a romantic arc. Like Star Trek, pieces would be missing from the story without that. So I argue that it is not just maybe canon, it is required to be canon for the story to make sense. And so watch that video on my channel if you haven't. It's my I was to celebrate that video. I got a tattoo of Bert and Ernie riding the Enterprise together. And that's my entire thigh.
I'm gonna post the video in chat. Don't leave to watch the video yet, but put it on your watch later list for sure.
Yes. Oh, thank you. I made that like a year and a half ago, and that was my favorite thing I've ever made.
We're not doing anything important. You can go.
I've seen that tattoo on you.
Oh, my Bert and Ernie and the Enterprise tattoo.
Yeah. No, but I think did you have it when we were? Did you have it at C2? Yeah, you had it at C2.
Yeah, I got it. Well, what was happening with that tattoo was right after I hurt my back, my left leg, my left thigh went numb because of my back problems. So I was like, this is the time to get my entire thigh tattooed with a giant color piece. But I didn't know it was going to take 4 sessions. So by the time I came back for session 2, my thigh wasn't numb anymore. So that sucked.
Fair. All right, cool.
But yes, anyway, sorry, a little tangent.
It's all good. Okay, so let's take a look at a couple more super chats, and we're going to dive into this video.
At WC Wit super chatted $2. Calling yourself stoic is a massive red flag.
Yep, that's a big one for me too. If you call yourself stoic, that's usually a sign you're not that stoic.
At Stingertopia 3169 super chatted $10. Semi-related. Notice how most of them are unwilling to make their own stories that adhere to their wants. Yet they will use that reply in their thumbnails to dissuade people from interpretation.
Yep, so stop thinking about the story in any way that I don't already think about it. That's a reoccurring thing with a lot of these grifters online. They'll focus on anger and masculinity and being manly, but anything that threatens that image they feel is a direct threat. Let's take a look at this video right here. And we can judge to see if their argument has any weight to it. If at any point you want me to pause, guys, let me know, and we'll pause.
Those who cannot conceive of friendship as a substantive love, but only as a disguise of eros, betray the fact that they have never had a friend.
C.S. Lewis, the most... Okay, so let's look at these for a second here. Let's grade this for a second. Let's play a game. Is it gay or is it a straight friendship? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this first one. Well, we already know with Sam and Frodo, so you can skip that one.
Those who cannot conceive of friendship.
We know this answer already.
It's such a wild quote to use too, because it's like nobody's saying that just because platonic friendships exist, like no one's saying that friendship can't exist. People have non-sexual friendships all the time, but like also queer people exist. These are just two things that exist simultaneously in the world, and fictional characters are fictional, and therefore their universes are like fixed in a point. And then as the audience, you interpret what their life is like beyond what you see on the screen.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's like...
And queer people can have friends with the same people of the same gender and still
Yeah.
not be romantically involved. That's just a...
Well, that's the
you know.
thing. Whenever people bring that up, like, oh, you can't be friends with the opposite gender, with that, and then it's like, so bisexuals get no friends?
No,
we're not
bis
allowed
have no
any
friends.
friends at all? That's
Bis
insane.
have no maidens, no one. They're alone. All day
No
long.
one. Bisexual loneliness epidemic.
Yeah. That being said, though, ace people have all the friends. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Phineas, is that your secret?
Yes.
I knew it. I knew there was a secret to it all along.
Well, it's a I don't know. It's a funny thing where it's like, because it's like, I do think it's crazy the existence of the people who are like, oh, yep, you can't be friends, because I feel like there's a big kind of conservative mindset that is like anyone who likes or even is like platonic with sort of an opposite gender, or that they're attracted to, is just like into them, you know. And it's like, it's so backwards to me and stuff too, because it's like
it gives control vibes.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we have things
like you have friends of the same gender as I. What if you fuck them?
I think you know the other thing too that's rough. Did any of you guys see the new Dead Domain video on Destiny?
Not yet.
It's
No,
in my
Not yet,
recommended.
no.
I need to watch I Love Dead Domain.
Yeah, no, the whole video is just like Destiny really wants to have sex a lot. It's like that's the gist of it. And I think like, oh, is that what people think bisexuals are? Oh, okay.
I've not watched much of Dead Domain.
Unironically, yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough. It's not good.
I've not watched much of her outside of her. Wait, Dead Domain uses she, her, right? Just
I think she, they. I think.
Gotcha. But I've not watched much of Dead Domain stuff outside of her collabs with Savvy. But like everything I've heard.
We did Iggy and Mr. Kirk from the.
You know,
and,
I'm gonna
Daily Wire knockoff Bluey show.
Yeah, Iggy and Mr. Kirk. Iggy and Mr. Kirk.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
No, I've just broken Sammy's brain. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Dead Domain seems really.
Dead Domain is awesome.
Dead Domain's really cool. I get the thing with me though. I get a little intimidated with some people who are like, I think are really cool. Dead Domain has that cool vibe where I'm like, I don't want to bother you, so I'm sorry. I don't want to bug you, so I don't want to freaking drag you into anything. Seems really cool, like a person. What was I just talking about? No, so that's right. So let's get back to this real quick, just because I know we have to keep topic at some point.
Yeah.
If I don't ringlead everyone here, we're going to be talking about staring at the screen for the next hour and a half, because you know we will.
I love the pause frame where it's as a sub
over Steve. Unintentionally the best shot of the whole video. So what do you think? Do you think Steve and Bucky? Do you think that's gay or is that friendship?
See it
That's
either way.
friendship.
Honestly,
I think that,
it would be
way.
weird if it was gay.
I'm not that into the Marvel movies, but when I saw the Captain America and the following one, Civil War, I think.
Yeah.
And when I watched those, I was like, yeah, I can see it. I can see it. But also, I could see it not like I could see it either way.
Yeah, I feel like they're like best buds more than like anything like erotic. Because there's some like there's tension here.
It wasn't he like his ward, like a Robin type?
In the comics, not in the movies. In the movies, they're just friends of equal stature. In the comics, it's
just with the origins
thing.
of it. It feels a little weird.
It would be weird in the comics because he was a literal child. So.
Exactly. In the comics, Bucky's a kid. In the movies, Bucky is bigger than Steve for most of it, for the beginning of it anyway.
Oh yeah, I've never read the comics, but yeah, in the movies, I was like, yeah, I can see the gay vibes people are getting from this,
Yeah.
100%.
That
It's like, yeah.
That being said, though, the fact
But
that
it's like
Bucky
the
gets
story
killed in
can
the
still work without it. It's like one of
Mm.
those things where it's like they don't have to be for the story to work, but also like if they are, that's also fine.
That's true. That being said, though, in the comics, it's more fucked up because Bucky gets killed as a kid, which is like really
Ugh.
screwed up. But I digress.
Substantive love, but only as a disguise.
All right, so
Oh,
yeah, right. This is pretty gay.
Yeah.
What are we looking at right now?
It's
This-
the film Luca.
Luca.
This is.
Oh, I
Pixar's
haven't
film
seen that. Okay.
It's Pixar's film from 2021 about two mermaid boys or sea folk boys who land on land and wind up like integrating into the city and trying to win a Vespa so they can travel the world away from their mermaid family or away from Luca's mermaid family who wants him to just stay and work on the fish farm and tend to the fish sheep.
Exactly.
It's very much so the whole. I mean, the thing for me again, I should preface, I'm not really a shipper of characters in general. For me, it's like good for like any interpretation's valid. I like seeing what fans come up with.
Yeah.
I rarely ever ship characters overall. I completely like see it because the whole thing is you can kind of see. I'm blanking on his name again, but Luca's friend. I don't want to do that annoy.
But it's like,
I can tell.
but they're like
yeah,
closeted,
Alberto.
aren't they? Alberto, yeah.
Well, you can kind of see it as a closet key to showing your human side, something that
It's like it's allegorical.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It's like a lot of monster stories where you can read it as you can interpret it as like queer text or like
one of the best
any
Pixar
marginalized
films,
people.
by the way. If you've not seen Luca, it's honestly like it's really cute, guys. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So,
Italian.
This guy
it's
who's doing
Italian,
the video,
not
are
Greek.
all his examples going to be men, or
We will
is he
find
like?
out.
Is he one of those straight guys who's like, oh, when people think women are being gay together, that's fine. Like, is he one of
Yes,
those
probably.
straight guys?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Actually, I've
Oh.
not watched the video, so I don't know.
Oh,
Okay, okay.
I didn't pre-vet this one.
An Onision type.
It could very well be. We'll find out. I have no idea.
Well, wait, yes, yeah.
Okay, Krillin and Goku and Krillin, no, they're just buds.
I don't know anything about them.
No,
but
Goku
yeah.
and Krillin, it's just buds. Goku does not have any. Goku is as ace as possible, except the fact he has 2 kids. Goku thought marriage was a type of food, so when he was proposed to, he thought he wanted to get that Chi-Chi wanted to get food with them, so he said yes. Goku has a one-track mind.
The fact that they have never had
Frog and Toad, we discussed that.
a friend.
Yeah.
Fellas,
All right, here we go.
is friendship
Gay!
with June now behind us? Some call it pride. There was another fresh round of national
This guy
conversation
is older
about
than I
LG-
expected. I thought he was going to be like 16.
Yeah.
You thought so?
I didn't think he was gonna look like the a long lost green cousin.
I was gonna say like Ryan Reynolds, like forgotten like cousin.
Like Wish brand Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Timu Ryan Reynolds.
I definitely thought, I'm like, oh, this is like an edgy teenager. I didn't expect this to be like a whole ass adult who's like probably my age and has been through college. Like,
Yeah, no.
Okay.
So we start off with him saying like, so June is gone. Some might call that Pride Month. Friendship though. So it's like it's funny though. It's interesting. So already he's establishing himself as kind of like this, you know. I think the vibe we're gonna get, and we're gonna play the video to hear everything.
Homophobic and shitty.
Yeah, that's the vibe. That's the vibe I'm getting to. Yeah.
Because I'm just like, dude, why do you care about Pride Month if you don't celebrate it? You know,
Exactly.
do what like the Jews do during Christmas.
Yeah, get Chinese food.
exactly. Straight people should eat Chinese food all June.
Honestly, everyone should have more Chinese food. Chinese food
For
is good.
straight people, it's just Chinese food month.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent choice.
Why not stimulate your local economy? Support your local businesses.
Yeah, your local Chinese food restaurants could use the income.
LGBT
Enjoy some
representation
nice,
in
responsible
popular media.
fiscal
Oh,
income.
and actually,
came
I want
across
to go right here for a second. There's an article that I just saw that he referenced.
Dude,
about
he looks like a
LGBT
Christian Mormon version of you.
It's terrifying, but I'll work with that. By the way, Molly Ostertang did this article. I've seen this art before a few times. So this article is a little controversial. I'm not sure if everything in this article is kosher from a Tolkien scholarly standpoint, but it was a really good article from the spouse of the creator of the Shiva show and of Nimona, Andy Stevenson, about like Tolkien and the way that he writes friendships and more homosocial relationships in his work. It's a very good article. I would recommend it to anyone who's like wants to read up on that topic a little more.
In popular media, and I can't.
Oh, and he skips over the other one, which is the fact that Elio had a ton of content cut from its production during production because Disney got cold feet about it. So it's obviously going like also about representation. Like you're skipping over those very different topics there.
Yeah.
Oh. So I'm so sorry. Not Mal. Okay, I just saw a super chat. I'm gonna let play real quick. Sorry.
At the Waverunner super chatted $5. I always think of the scene in American Psycho scene with Luis where we see that Patrick Bateman is literally afraid of gay people.
Yes.
It's like that.
100% like that.
At WC Wit super chatted $5. Those conservative men who are like, I refuse to be alone in a room with a woman who isn't my wife, are as creepy as active pervs and don't realize it.
Exactly. And right here, this is important. I want to bring this up right now.
At WC Wit super chatted $5. Lee Ostertag, he came out as a trans man last year.
Yeah, I had no idea.
ND and him are yaoi now.
Okay, thanks for the clarification. I had no idea. Thank you for bringing it up. I just wasn't aware. Yeah, so now he was writing about it. So now it's
At the guy 493 super chatted $5. It's worth noting that Tolkien was in the army during WW1 and tended to write from the perspective of relationships between soldiers.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's also
That's why
true.
when I was watching Lord of the Rings last night, I was like, these movies need more women. Like, but I'm like, it's because Tolkien was writing from like his experience in the military.
Yeah.
So
Brothers in
he
arms
wouldn't
and
have
all
like he's like kind of basing it, but I'm also like, yeah, the story would be great with more women.
I agree. That's one thing about Lord of the Rings where I'm like, yeah, that's a little messy. But I agree. He was writing from the perspective of like a World War I soldier, so I get why.
So it definitely makes sense why you do that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do know that like with Lord of the Rings, when they were adapting it, they were trying to incorporate more of the female characters. Like Arwen was supposed to show up during.
Oh yeah, I was just having that conversation last night about like how they expanded the women in the plot like to have more to do in the movie, which is cool. I'm glad they did that.
Exactly, it's a good idea. I feel like there are ways doing it that are effective that integrate the characters well into the story. I feel like The Hobbit didn't really integrate its original female character all that well. Personally, because I don't like how it's just like a love interest and not like a... I don't know, but still.
You like the original Hobbit, like from the 70s, or like the animated one, or the live action?
The recent
live action
one.
Yeah, the live action.
Yeah.
Okay. The live action one, all I remember about it is this the first time I was ever too high in public was when I was at the movie theater seeing it, so I have no memory of that movie.
Fair. Yeah, that would get in the way slightly of remembering what happens
A little
in
bit it did, and like then my friend left to go see Frozen in the theater next door halfway through it. I was like, where did he go?
Honestly,
so it was a really weird time.
Maybe Frozen might have been a better option to watch actually in theaters.
It might have been. This was like right as Frozen came out. It was all the rage at the time. Yeah.
So friendship is not gay?
I know. I'm very sorry to hear that. Anyway, back to this.
Came across this nightmare. Frog and Toad, remember them? These books by Arnold Lobel, who was gay by the way, were among my favorites as a kid. My memories with these books aren't visceral, but they're more like fingerprints. I still feel the warmth of these stories. And it has a lot to do with the sincerity and simplicity of that friendship on those pages. But like so many other popular stories and friendships, people like to twist their meaning, and I'll tell you why they do this. Friends are fellow...
Okay, so we've already shown that it's not people twisting it, it's the author and his daughter who said this. Like,
why does he think like it's like when I think of Frog and Toad, I remember the warmth and comfort and the sincerity, and I'm like, if they were in a romantic relationship, how would that take away from any of those memories? Unless you just don't like gay people, I don't get it.
Exactly, like the character.
That's the crux of it for me as well. If they are gay, does it change anything? If you enjoyed those stories, or if they're not gay, does it change anything? Subtextually.
Yeah, nothing at all. It's just the same events play out, the same relationship plays out. That's it. It's still the same thing.
Here's the beauty of fan interpretation in my mind. The beauty of fan interpretation is everyone gets one, right? You all get your own opinion over your one, but when you decide to go out of your way and police people for having a queer opinion or a queer reading on a piece of literature, that makes you the weird one,
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
if he wants to think that they're best of friends, great, perfect, good for you. But it's like when you go, actually, you read Frog and Toad wrong. Yeah, the book you read as a kid, you misread Frog and Toad. The Frog and Toad could never be gay. They are two friends. And curses upon you and your bloodline for thinking that the frog and the toad are very gay for each other.
Exactly.
I think just like in general that like if anyone ever tries to have a one true interpretation of a piece of media that destroys the joy of literature, whether that's like books, movies, whatever, because the joy in it is that it's a conversation among like you and the writer and other people's interpretations, and there can't just be one interpretation because stories belong to society, they belong to people. So like it's that, I think that ruins the fun of enjoying stories if there has to be someone who's right and wrong about what's happening.
Exactly. And like I think in general with stories is they are in many ways a communal experience, right? One thing I think that's so powerful about storytelling is that when a story is out there, it's out there. I was just responding to the Hillary Lane video from a couple weeks back where one thing she was so upset about was that other people were reading her work and interpreting the characters as gay. And that bothered her so deeply. Like, it really pissed her off. But, like, once you create a work, you lose control of what that work says to an extent, to the people reading it. It becomes its own entity, and those who interpret it will then draw their own conclusions based on what they read and what they feel. And, like, if they read subtext that you didn't intend, that's still there, that subtext is still there. It just, you didn't intend it. So it's like, to an extent, once you finish something and once it's out there, you lose the right to say, I didn't mean this, because it's there. It's in the work.
That actually happened to me once. One of the books I put out, one of my novels that came out in 2020, when I saw YouTubers reviewing it and talking about it, a lot of people really liked how the main character was asexual. And I can't take credit for that because I did not intentionally write her as asexual. But a lot of people think I did, and like that's awesome. So I was like, when I heard that, I was like, oh shit, the story really does work with her being asexual too. Like it works really well that way too. So I was like, all right, that's awesome. That's great that you guys got that out of it. I love that.
Yeah. And it's like, it's the great element of writing and art. It's not just what you think it is. It's what the reader thinks it is. And it's like
exactly
that kind of,
the reader is like, it's like, I guess it's not quite saying the customer's always right, because that's a whole thing, but like the reader is the one that the story is for. They're the one that's receiving it. So you can't just shut down what they think about it. You've got to engage in good faith with it.
Exactly. In existential philosophy, there's the idea of the self interpreting the self and the self interpreted by others. I feel like that's kind of where it comes into play here a little bit.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, what's funny as well is that if you try as the author to push against it, it backfires, because I don't know if you know if everybody knows the comic writer Chuck Dixon was furious that people interpreted Nightwing as gay.
No, Chuck Dixon was pissed about that, and I loved it. I love seeing Chuck Dixon get angry. It's hilarious.
When he was writing Nightwing, he tried to make him super straight, which made him seem even gayer.
I love that. It backfired so horribly on him. It was so fucking funny. I gotta run to the lavatory real fast, so I'll leave chat in your hands. I trust all of you not to. You know what? I don't trust any of you guys, but I trust you enough.
Guys, let's say stuff that will get this guy permanently banned off of YouTube. We have the power. We can take him down from the inside.
Y'all ever just like heat up dino nuggets and it's just chill for the night? Like
I have not had dino nuggets since I was a literal child. All right.
Low-key,
I have
yeah.
evolved
Pierogi in the
past-
air fryer tonight. Like my mom made a Polish feast for Christmas and she gave me some pierogi to put in the freezer. And then today I found them and I put them in the air fryer and it was great. They were stuffed with bacon and cheese.
Oh, that sounds amazing, actually.
Mhm.
See, it's the craziest, like, coldness right now ever in Chicago. It's like,
Oh, it's gonna be worse this weekend. It's gonna be -5 this Saturday, so get pumped.
I am very curious to see if it's a situation where my apartment can hold, because the heat's fine for now. If my apartment's gonna hold, or it's gonna be I need to find a good cafe and cozy up somewhere.
When you live in Chicago, what you'll get used to is looking forward to it being warm enough to snow.
Mhm.
Because for so much of the winter, it's too cold to snow because any liquid would turn into ice instantly. So once it's warm enough to snow, then you're like, oh, this is beautiful. It needs to be like, 28 to 30 degrees. That's lovely.
Well, my first winter in Chicago was last winter, which was actually really mild, relatively.
Last winter wasn't that bad. Yeah, you got lucky.
Yeah.
I don't think this winter will, but this winter's been all right so far. January is usually the worst month here. Beginning of February can be tough too.
Well, so the other whole thing that I have to worry about now, right? If the Chicago schools cancel for the day and they're like, whoopsies, we gotta cancel school. It's not like I get paid for that,
Oh yeah, no, I remember. You're literally me 10 years ago. I was a substitute teacher when I was 23-ish, so I remember that. Yep.
I love our joking parallels that we are each other like 10 years apart.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I returned, by the way.
I did substitute teaching for a while as well, and I hated it.
Oh my god.
It was tough. I was a debate team coach and a creative writing teacher who taught like creative writing electives and classes and stuff. So I did those things, and then I just did substitute teaching as like to do extra income when I had the time for it. Substitute teaching was by far the most exhausting and hardest of those three things.
100%. And I was always getting sent to the schools that were the worst. So it would be teachers who had called in sick that day because they couldn't face it.
Okay, so I'm gonna interrupt this conversation right now to play some super chats, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's play them out.
At user_225_CCC super chatted $1.99. Bro made bad vid essay instead of taking minoxidil.
That could be minoxidil could solve a lot of problems instead of doing bad video essays.
At the guy 493 super chatted $2. It is always morally correct to dunk on Chuck.
Always a good idea to dunk on Chuck Dixon.
At Olivia_Williams_purple_fairy super chatted $3.59. Depends of the Robin through. Grayson got with Starfire. Tim and Damien on the other hand.
Well, Tim is canonically bi. Tim is canonically bisexual, so that's not a question. Damien is interesting. I don't know how I feel about Damien in terms of like any romantic partners for him because he's like a kid. I liked his friendship with Superman's son, whose name is now I'm slipping. Crud. Superman's son, what was his name? Crud. I'm drawing a blank.
Superboy?
Yeah. Not Connor Kent, the other one. Who's now Superman technically. Oh, crud's gonna drive me crazy. John Kent. There we go. Sorry, I drew a blank on his name there for a second. Sorry about that, chat. I do see that super chat here I want to play real quick.
At the guy 493 super chatted $2. Like Tim being bi, hate they broke up him and Steph.
Yeah, no. Stephanie Brown and Tim Drake have great chemistry, and I'm still pissed that they've continually hurt Stephanie Brown for other characters' stories. This is a big thing for me. I really love Stephanie Brown as a character, and it pisses me off how DC keeps hurting that poor girl in increasingly horrible ways. It really sucks. Can't stand it.
At Itsuboy 562 super chatted $6.32. I train military recruits in Chicago, and having grew up in Chicago, it is priceless to see Floridians and Texans who think snow is a myth experience the Midwest polar vortex. Also just got here. Lore?
Lore is gay frogs and hobbits.
Yeah. See, it's funny because it's like I'm relatively used to this because I'm from Maine, also one of the coldest states in its own way.
Maybe colder than all the other ones, honestly.
Well, the thing is, I think Chicago's got to be at certain points, but every Chicagoan, I mean, is like, oh, you got ready for the cold. No, that's an awful Chicago accent. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Is there a Chicago accent? I don't think
there is a Chicago accent, but like
there's-
not a lot of young people have it. It's more associated with like older people. Yeah, like the Bears, you know.
The Bears. Oh, you so know. Oh no, that's Minnesota. No, I don't know. Yeah, I'm from Maine, crit nerd. I'm from like a little south of Portland. And since you're a nerd, you'll get the reference. Haha, PortCon. There we go. No, so the thing with Chicago is like every Chicagoan's like, oh, get ready for the cold, and it's like, okay, yep, I'm from Maine.
Yeah.
So you'll be fine.
Yeah.
No, I'm good for the most part. It's the other whole things within it, right? Like I got my first.
Oh yeah, got ready for the cold, you betcha.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. I love the Midwest though. People here are so nice.
Love it. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
I'm glad.
let's jump into this video because I feel like we are less than a minute in after all this time. We should dive into it.
Yes.
Fellow travelers. We recognize ourselves in them, and when friendships are healthy, we reveal ourselves and aren't punished for it. That's a very simple fact of most male and female relationships. There will always be some higher degree of scrutiny over the pairing, and in many cases, the friend zone or the failure of a romance to come about is taken as rejection or punishment. Men, like women, need space for relationships free of this factor, where none of this is taken into account. Friendship is about affection, but you hear it all the time. Sam and Frodo from Tolkien's Lord of the Rings is a perfect example. They must be gay. These two men couldn't possibly travel Middle-earth together, sacrificing life and limb, comfort and safety for anything other than sexual attraction. And my God, the eye contact when they speak to one another and cry in their shared suffering. The word toxic gets...
Okay, so let's pause right there because he's going to go into toxic relationships. So I'm not sure if Timo Ryan Reynolds is aware of this. They kiss in the book a lot, actually.
Frodo and Sam do?
Oh yeah, no, they kiss and hug.
I actually haven't read the book, so that's awesome. Okay.
There's a lot of physical. Okay, so Tolkien's characters have a lot of physical contact. There's a lot of kissing. There's a lot of holding each other. A lot of hugging. A lot of terminology that can be interpreted in multiple ways. We'll say. The thing is, though, is that there's a big difference between... I don't mean kiss like on the lips. They kiss each other like on the face, on the forehead. They give forehead kisses and all that. There is a huge difference between how the men in King of the Hill are written, which I do think is a good... I think that's a good friendship also. The King of the Hill is well written. There's a huge difference between how King of the Hill characters are written, how Ron and Harry from Harry Potter are written, and how Sam and Frodo are written. There's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Also, I don't like how he's conflating a gay relationship with sexual. It can also be romantic. You know?
Mm-hmm.
There is... And I don't like how immediately he's conflating the idea that men and women have this tension, but men and men don't. It's like, well... Most men,
it's really
but
weird that he's kind of operating from the assumption that if you have a friendship with a gender that you theoretically could be sexually attracted to, then that automatically means the friendship is going to become sexual.
Mm-hmm.
Or that like there will always exist that like I see plenty of platonic male-female character friendships and I love seeing those. Those are super fun. But they like if he's always seeing tension between male-female characters as friendships, then like it's like you're the one adding romance and sex to everything.
Exactly.
Because I think fiction exploring various platonic friendships of all kinds is wonderful, but there is no shortage of that. Like there's plenty of it, and just because some people might read gay subtext or even direct text into something doesn't mean that there aren't still plenty of stories about friendship.
Exactly. And again, I want to remind everyone that this was how the movie was marketed. On this, like, this was how they marketed the freaking movie. The company that made it marketed it based on this. Like, it wasn't like just like fans saying it. The company distributing it was saying it too.
Oh, come on, dude! They're just two little guys, you know.
Two little guys. Two little guys on a journey, holding hands.
Yeah.
As it is left fairly up to interpretation, you could interpret Sam and Frodo as being gay, but not being attracted to each other, and there would be nothing wrong with that either.
Exactly, 100%. And the thing is, it's all up to audience interpretation. Like, it doesn't change the story how the reader or viewer interprets it individually. If you interpret it as a good, strong friendship, that's fine. If you interpret it as gay, that's fine. They're both equally valid interpretations of art, which is by nature there for impressionistic purposes. And it's not like this is a new phenomenon. I know, Savvy, you're talking about Spock and Kirk. I have a different interpretation of a relationship. When I was in university, we were reading this work, and I'm like, wow, this is extremely gay. And everyone in my class was like, no, that's not gay at all. You're misreading it. And that work was Epic of Gilgamesh. Freaking Gilgamesh and Enkidu, sob over each other, kiss, hold hands, hug each other. I think it's implied they maybe make love in some case, but that might be a weird translation. I'm not sure. That is like one of the most like physical. It's either the most physically intimate friendship I've ever read about, or the first romance between two men in written literature. That's still preserved.
It's like that statue that's labeled as like Achilles' friendship statue or something. Have you seen that one?
The friendship statue. Hey, welcome, British Runner. Welcome. Yeah, the friendship statue. Mm-hmm.
That one.
Achilles.
Literally, like, yeah. He's like
straight as an arrow. Achilles is straight as the arrow that pierced his heel. Yeah, that one.
Well, I love it when you read history stories or history about people, and they say that this man who never married had a lifelong friendship with his roommate.
Yes.
Like,
wow, it's so strange. The roommate only had one bed. I guess they must have split that off with the sofa in the other room that looked untouched.
And there's hundreds of these stories throughout history of these coupled men and women who were just really, really good friends that never married a member of the opposite sex and that lived together throughout their entire lives.
Exactly.
But they were just really good friends.
Yeah, no, like an aunt who had like a really good friend that they bunked together. They bunked together in the same apartment. That was the terminology. Some super chats.
I also still don't get why this guy only seems to be upset about this happening with male characters. He hasn't shown any female examples. I saw someone in the chat say they don't think he does throughout the whole video. So
oh my goodness,
that's kind of weird. That like, why is it only when it's male friendships does it bother you?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Because men aren't gay.
Exactly. It's the answer.
At user underscore.
Or I guess
and when women kiss, they're just practicing to be my girlfriend.
1 second.
Oh yeah, or the like fetishizing bisexual women type of thing.
I'm still outside though.
New York City is really cold right now, so super chat's playing real quick.
At WC Wit super chatted $5. The way guys like this always say, sexual attraction, when talking about gayness is gross. Gay love can never be about romance first to them.
No, it's because they don't think of romance as romantic. They think of it as sexual.
At Alvarado underscore Iku super chatted $2.82. Two bros walking into Mordor 5 feet apart cause they're not gay.
Yeah, exactly. 5 feet apart, not gay. Exactly. That's how it is.
Do you guys have memories of like I forget the very first like same-sex same-sesex like headcanon they had that got confirmed again?
Bert and Ernie, dude.
Bert and Ernie.
Right, yeah.
I was obsessed with the Bert and Ernie ship as a child.
Oh, hey, Oddly Knows fans are coming in. Welcome, Oddly Knows fans.
Who's friends? They're who's fans?
What?
Well, I know Oddly Noah.
Nice.
I think I watched his video Did he make a video on Love on the Spectrum? I'm pretty sure he did.
He definitely did. He did a lot of autistic.
Okay.
He's actually the one who gave me the idea to do this video, actually, because he covered in his stream.
Oh,
He was
hey!
like, yep. The Otter raid has commenced. We got British Runner and the Otters in here. It's gonna be great. We are in typical Anthony fashion. We are talking more than watching the video. So using the video as a launchpad for discussion, which is probably better than watching it on its own.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So this is so far something. The problem is they're treating like a gay relationship as inherently erotic and sexual, which is problematic for so many reasons. Like, so many reasons. I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going with this to let the people jumping in continue with this.
Quite abused, but it's actually so toxic to suggest this. And it comes from the very people who complain the loudest about straight men's emotionally withholding nature. Men should cry more. Why can't they share their feelings?
Oh, this is just a video about how he does it. Oh, this is just a misogynist video, dude. Straight up. This is just in disguise. This is just like he's trying not to say the quiet part out loud. This is like a red pillar video.
I mean,
the part where he's
the guy's called the Geeky Stoic. Did it take you this long to figure out it's a red pill video?
That it's a red pill. I used to like look into red pillars and their shit back in the day, but it got too stressful, so I stopped. Is that like, do they call themselves stoics now?
I used to take the red pill at one point. I'm glad I stopped.
You were better off for backing off of that.
Too.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, because
I'm just happy that back then I just read horror stories, you know. I didn't have to give my
the whole part where he goes like, "Oh, the same people who want to see gay relationships are the same people that are complaining about straight men's emotional whatever, or that like straight men are toxic or whatever." And it's like, you're talking about women. You're saying that you don't think women don't think that you're emotionally intelligent, and somehow queer people are at fault for that.
Exactly.
Like, this is just red pill shit.
Well, if you look at sorry. Okay, I cut you off there, Ryan. Sorry.
I think the other angle here might be, if I can sort of, and this might be a bit twisted, but I think he's saying that if you as a liberal suggest that these characters are gay for each other, it'll put straight men off watching them.
That's also a possibility too. But did like all the gay shippers for Star Trek put off straight men from watching Star Trek? Clearly not, considering all people reacting to Star Trek. Starfleet Academy, I guess, but who insist they were fans for years and there was nothing gay in Star Trek before the modern era of Star Trek.
Or even anything sort of woke.
Yeah. Yeah, like Star Trek wasn't literally doing Vietnam War allegories in their episodes while the Vietnam War was actively happening in real life.
No, and that like To Be Our Last Battlefield episode was not an episode about racism at all, not in the least.
Not at all. Star Trek has never been woke. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like a race of people who like kill each other over the fact that one half of their body is black and the other half is white, and they're just black and white in different parts of their body. And that's like nothing political about this at all.
It's, oh my god.
And like the thing also is like there is an angle of
they
misogyny.
Literally had the Nazi Planet episode, like
exactly.
That one was
exactly. Yeah. Like, and then the thing is also there is the angle of misogyny too, because it is undeniable that most BL shippers are female, on average, just in terms of sheer volume of number. But so it's like the political angle and there's the misogyny angle. Strangely enough, he hasn't targeted any gay men yet with his discussion, outside of Lee Ostrang, who wasn't out as trans when that article was written. So I feel like he'll work up to that. Don't worry. He'll find a way to be homophobic, I'm sure, very soon. We'll find out. Let's keep going.
Gay.
Wait, hold on. Wait a second.
Potentially, can we have captions, by the way?
Oh, yeah. Let me get captions on. Sorry.
You're good.
Go.
Also, are y'all also noticing how it sounds like his voice is delayed to his video?
Hey, this is really gay.
Maybe.
Might just be the stream.
Might be the stream, yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Even gayer than all the men getting in a big pile and having sex with each other. Okay, sorry, my bad. Everyone back in the pile.
Back in the pile, everyone! We're going back to the pile.
C.S. Lewis, a warm friend of J.R.R. Tolkien for a time, wrote about this in explicit terms.
No. It is delayed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It's
so,
actually. Oh, geez.
So
Yeah,
like
it's-
the South
So he
Park
didn't
footage was
sync his
fine.
video and audio.
No, he didn't sync it correctly.
No,
like it's literally
it's
it is
desynced
one of the
significantly.
easiest fixes. It's one of the easiest fixes in Premiere ever if you had a video and audio source separately.
Just line it up properly. Yeah. I record my audio separately all the time. Like every video I have, the audio is recorded separately from the video footage. And it's like I just do a little thing at the beginning. Freaking one of my recent videos, my editor left in the part where I'm like an idiot saying sync multiple times to make sure it's all lined up correctly.
Aw.
Yeah, just a troll with me, and then I proved it, so it all went through anyway. But still, his audio is really desynced. But it's funny because the South Park footage is perfectly synced, so it's clear it's on his end, not the video as a whole.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Wave. I know you got a kick out of that, Wave, because you edit tons of stuff all the time. Anyway.
In his book, The Four Loves: Affection, Friendship, Eros, and Charity, which lays out a vision
Eos.
of masculine friendship.
Eros. Well, there's one there is Eos. Eos. The third love. Eos, not Eros.
We love it when the captions of YouTube decide to be goofy.
Is that's not David Zaslav? That can't be. No, who is that?
No, it's got to be a family member, surely.
Yeah, it's got to be family. That can't be David Zaslav.
It doesn't look like a family picture, though, does it?
No,
like
it looks
it's back
very
in a
like an
headshot.
art piece. But I'm sure it's not. What's on his bookshelf? Now I'm curious. I'm looking down the corner here. Hustle, take. None of these books are visible. The titles are kind of out of focus. But that looks like Snape right here. Which is
at least
many red flags. Like this, in the corner on the shelf is like a figure that looks like Snape.
At least he doesn't have a random copy of Disney War in his room.
Yeah, I feel that's pretty common decoration in all of these.
The one book I can see the title of is Pandemia.
Pandemia. Yeah, that's one I can see clearly. Pandemia. The rest are kind of hard to make out. It's a little faded. Hostile Takeover is another one. I'm like, what? That seems like a business. I don't know. I'm just getting the vibe this guy may not be the best person for literary interpretation. I don't know. Call me crazy. Anyway, back to this. Four Loves.
Friendship in Chapter 2. In it, he starts off, it has actually become necessary in our time to rebut the theory that every firm, serious friendship is really homosexual. It applies.
C.S. Lewis, even back then, they were shipping very close men. Like, no, guys, it's not gay at all. C.S. Lewis. Okay.
Applies perfectly to Frog and Toad and also to Sam and Frodo when Lewis quips, "It cannot be proved, and it cannot be refuted." This chapter is some of C.S. Lewis's most fiery and clearly agitated writing. The very lack of evidence is thus treated as evidence. The absence of smoke proves the fire is only carefully hidden. If there was an invisible cat in the chair, it would look empty, but the chair does look empty, therefore there's an invisible cat in it. There are so many great
So right here, he admits that you can't disprove or prove it. So then you have no argument. Like your source says, we can't argue it's not there, but we also can't argue it is there. It's like, then...
So either side arguing the definitive is incorrect, is essentially what he's saying, while arguing the definitive.
Yes, exactly. He just said this proves it by saying you can't prove it. It's like, also, don't forget that C.S. Lewis also said that you can't go to heaven if you like makeup. In friggin' The Last Battle in Narnia.
Yeah, that's a wacky book, though.
Yeah, no, really. That last Narnia book really goes fucking all over the place. But, yeah, like, Susan's the only one who doesn't go off to, like, Narnia heaven because she's, like, too caught up with makeup and boys to go to Narnia with her friends with her siblings as they all die. I'm like, come on. Screw Tape Letters is fascinating, I think. That's, like, a really interesting book. But it's like, C.S. Lewis, as much as I love C.S. Lewis's Narnia books, I can't say I agree with everything C.S. Lewis believed because he believed in a lot of stuff. I think C.S. Lewis was better at articulating it than a lot of other writers were, But like, also, he doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything. Anyway, any other thoughts before we keep going?
You're great.
Cool.
My obligatory comment of the hour.
Yes. What's the comment?
That was it.
Oh, excellent. Perfect.
You got it.
Excellent.
Congrats.
Fantastic.
What do you want from me, dude?
I don't know. Any super chats? No, we're good. Cool. No super chats yet. We're good. Cool. Let's keep going.
Friendships in literature and TV. Sherlock and Watson, Corey and Sean from Boy Meets World, Arnold and Gerald, Jon Snow and Sam Tarley, Jay and Silent Bob, Turk and JD from Scrubs.
There's nothing gay about it in our eyes.
And there's
that's making fun of it. That whole song is making fun of how gay their relationship is.
As
Also,
is Jay and Silent Bob, which is another one that tackles the subject head on because of the time it was made, and he's very open that they.
Like Sherlock and Watson is one that goes way back.
Yeah.
Like there have been queer interpretations of them for I don't know how long, for a long time though.
Did this man never know about the John Locke conspiracy?
I don't think he did. Not to mention the fact that like they even like make fun of joke about the John Locke stuff in Sherlock the series, but it's also a public domain set of characters. Like you can write them as
so
gay.
in public domain, like you can write a gay Sherlock Holmes anytime, and then now it's gay. It's gay in this version. Like there's nothing you can do about that.
Hell, freaking Ian McKellen played Sherlock Holmes at one point, and like basically said like he played him as a gay man. Though of course there's no other to pair off with,
Of course, Jeremy Brett famously played him, and he was bisexual. But I think even if you go straight to the source, Sherlock Holmes is clearly asexual.
Yeah. He has no interest in romance whatsoever. Like he's completely focused and fixated on the job, which is great. Which is a good character writing, I think.
Yeah, and it's good. It's well written as an ace character. I think it's probably the best ace representation before that was a thing.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, Sherlock Holmes forgets the constellations just to focus on like his mystery investigation. Like he's not a character defined by romance, even like the woman in his life. It's just the one woman who outsmarted him one time. It's not like, oh, I'm attracted to Irene Adler. It's like, no, she outsmarted me and I respect that. And that's the reason why she's the woman, And it's other,
Yeah, no, I think there's such a beauty really to the ability to interpret these characters any way you'd like. It's like, I don't like, this video is frustrating. This man doesn't get it, and there's nothing gay about the fact that he doesn't get it. Never, sorry.
Exactly. And it's like, the problem is like he's seeing the absence of confirmation as proof it doesn't happen, which is not a good structure for an argument. And he's pointing to relationships that have like some of which are just like varying different types of friendships. Like Arnold, like Hey Arnold, no, there's nothing gay about that.
I never saw that in Hey Arnold.
No, there's nothing about that remotely.
I'll raise you guys one. I never saw Hey Arnold.
You got to see Hey Arnold. It's great.
I agree.
Fuck, have you never seen Hey Arnold?
It holds up, dude.
It's really good.
It's on my list to watch, but I was born in 2001.
Oh, that makes sense. I keep thinking how young you are.
Dude.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The show was
the Pigeon Man one will get you.
I've seen friends of mine's videos about the show. I just have not watched it directly myself. And
I recommend it.
I think the Halloween episode's pretty good too. Like any spooky episode they had for Hey Arnold was great.
I need to actually catch up on more with a backlog of like Nickelodeon as far as that goes, because it's like I watched some of them as a kid, but like even the stuff from like the early 2000s was like pretty old by my standards, right? Because I was that young. Fair. The only classic Nick show that I went through and watched for the first time as an adult was Invader Zim recently, and good show.
Fair. I like Invader Zim.
That Invader Zim was a whole aesthetic back in high school.
It was all of Hot Topic. It was the entirety of Hot Topic. Yes. Yeah, like that was the only like property in Hot Topic for a while. There was nothing else. It was just Invader Zim.
I didn't dislike Invader Zim, but I was not like as deep into it as some people. But I loved going to Hot Topic, so I would get so annoyed because I was like, bring back the vote for Pedro shirts. I'm done with
my goodness.
with Invaders Zim. Now I'm just being a millennial, so sorry.
Sav, if I get you on the same stream with Krim will talk to you about Invader Zim. He loves that show.
I'll be fine. Yeah, but no, I was such a Nickelodeon kid. I watched all of it way too much.
Well, for me, my Nickelodeon like trilogy for like cartoons, I watched like SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron when I was like younger, and then Avatar. Eventually, I watched on Netflix. My dad is a notorious animation hater. He got really into Avatar: The Last Airbender, but don't worry, he's not that cool. He also liked the film of The Last Airbender. So,
okay. That counterbalances the coolness that you could have gotten.
Yeah, no, he thought the movie was good, and he's a fan of Shyamalan's works. But like, no, there's so many shows that I absolutely missed out on. Like the only other like older Nick show that I watched all of and am a diehard for was like Ned's Declassified.
Oh, I like
that.
Classic.
That was genuinely like such a defining show for my taste in media. I think
you need to watch. What you need to watch is As Told by Ginger. And
that's sick. That's a good
watch
one.
As Told by Ginger, and you'll understand me. Like, I watched that show all actively as it was airing. I wrote fan fiction of As Told by Ginger on the Nickelodeon message boards back in the day.
Honestly, that explains everything I need to know. That makes
everything
makes sense.
Like, you will understand me once you watch As Told by Ginger. And yeah, I was writing fan fiction for it. My friends and I, like in college, would rewatch it yearly. We would just like play drinking games, get high, and watch As Told by Ginger, like start to finish for the series.
That authentically makes a lot of sense.
It doesn't, like, everything clicks into place when you realize that.
Yeah, that actually explains a lot now I think about it. Okay, let's play some super chats real quick, then we'll jump back to the video.
Yeah.
At Cat Peasant 106 super chatted $5. I finished episode 1 of my Cringe Has-Been Hotel and Higurashi crossover after 2 weeks of work.
I love that for you. That sounds amazing. Or terrifying, I'm not sure which.
At the Misnick fan super chatted $10. Till We Have Faces is of Lewis Works the one I think has held up best, and my personal favorite, that he's somewhat less upfront with the Christian allegory and it is likely related to that.
That's probably why the first Narnia book is so good. The line between the wardrobe, because it's the least obvious.
At the Waverunner super chatted $5. Anyone who grew up with High School Musical, Ryan was acted to be gay, and I Don't Dance is an amazing gay anthem. They switch clothes after.
Would you be shocked if I said I never actually watched High School Musical? I know, shocking.
That is kind of shocking.
Super chatted $5.
I know, from some of my
we need
age.
to normalize men having
I've also
emotionally
not
open
watched it, which is
friendships,
also blasphemous
and
for
these
some of my
characters
age.
are very gay-coded, can coexist.
Exactly, like neither of these are mutually exclusive terms, I think.
At Racerk45 super chatted $5. The cartoon Mission Hill had a gay couple in the show and I don't hear anybody complaining about that.
I believe it was one of the first canon gay relationships in a cartoon too. It was the 90s, wasn't it? Mission Hill? I've heard good things. I've never actually seen the whole thing. Anyway, back to this.
Different flavors of friendship. The bromance is the TV sitcom default. It's guys backslapping, being vulgar, venting about their wives, and just having fun. Sometimes...
Yeah, but those are all different relationships you just showed on screen. Like, not all of those are remotely the same. I'm sorry, I'll stop interrupting this video.
I feel like he's like stuck in like a 90s sitcom mindset. That's like, this is how male friendships are. You hit each other on the back. You say, oh, my wife, am I right?
Yeah, no, it's like...
No, we don't.
Exactly.
You all, we all just are stupid and eat too much. And that's the joke.
Yeah. And plus, like, even using like King of the Hill versus freaking Scrubs as your comparison, the relationships there are so vastly different in terms of writing. They're not comparable. So it's like, why even compare them? They're nothing alike. Scrubs plays up the more like man bonding physical angle to it, whereas King of the Hill, it's a lot about what's not said versus what is said. Like, there's very different styles of writing to both of them. I would also say,
like, I feel like a lot of men grew up watching sitcoms and were looking forward to becoming a bad sitcom husband one day, and then when the world changed and culture evolved, that was taken from them, and they're angry about that. That's sometimes
I can name at least 5 guys I know.
I wish we could slap butts about people thinking it's gay.
Right.
I wish I could smack my man on the ass without being called a homosexual.
I mean, you could still do that, just with consent, of course.
Like, I feel like all these guys just want to be living in Everybody Loves Raymond, and they're mad because that was the future
I learned
they
all
imagined for
about
themselves.
consent.
I am so happy I dodged
Family
most
Guy.
of those I dodged most of those sitcoms. The one classic sitcom that I love to pieces is Malcolm in the Middle, which does have a sitcom dad vibes with Hal, but like it's
different.
It's at least a little different.
I love that prequel to Breaking Bad.
It is. It's a great prequel to Breaking Bad. Malcolm in the Middle.
It is.
I agreed.
Have you guys seen that there's a secret ending of Breaking Bad where Hal wakes up?
Yes. He's freaking
great.
I love that. Anyway, back to this.
Screen relationships toy with the gay question as a matter of comedy. JD and Turk being a good example of that.
You're the only man who's ever been inside of me.
Whoa, whoa. Playing grab ass is part of the shtick, and that's a thing that guys do with select friends.
No. Select friends. I also always pretend I'm gay with my best friends.
Is this guy like? Is this like one of those male friend groups where they like tap each other's balls and go no homo?
This might be a cry for help. Yeah,
that was a thing in like the mid 2000s when I started high school. That was like a thing. I was like, what? But I'm like that. This guy just wants that to still be how the world is.
Or like the friggin' D Club.
The D Club? What's this?
Oh, you know about the D Club?
No, I have no idea what the D Club is.
It's an old Game Grumps joke. That wasn't really a joke. It was a club where all the guys get together in a room and just look at each other's to prove they're not gay. They just like
what the heck?
And then half of them trying to be bisexual, so it all seems like a bit of a cry for help.
Fair enough.
It's one of those like Game Grumps jokes. I'll still reference because like, oh yeah, the D Club, and then like one person laughs, and everyone else is confused. Like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, there you go.
It's a weird thing. It's really weird because I grew up with all these sitcoms, and my friend group was never like this. We never played grab ass. That was seen as a weird thing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
My friend group didn't either. My friends would have found that all weird. I'm talking about like random guys in high school hallways who like they hit each other's balls. Like, no homo, dude. Like,
those guys were probably not straight and just didn't want to admit it.
Probably not. I think so many of these problems in this world we could solve if people just like remembered that bisexuality is okay. Because I think like, and it's not going to apply to everyone obviously, but like there's a lot of situations where it's like, I think people are afraid that like if they weren't 100% straight that suddenly it would fully change who they are as a person and everything about them.
But like all of this is like all this is like built in the idea that they're just terrified of like admitting their feelings about things. That's the problem with a lot of this stuff. If they were just more confident in their masculinity, this wouldn't be a problem. Like, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of this is built in the fact this guy is deeply insecure in his masculinity and feels threatened by people interpreting a text as not straight. So much so he can't handle it. Like that's the vibe I'm getting so far. But I digress.
The other theory I've got is that his girlfriend caught him in bed with another guy, and he was like, "No, it's not gay, totally." And now he's justifying it in a YouTube video.
That's also possible. I mean,
pretty wild theory. I guess anything's possible, but
yeah, I don't know if I'll go that far, but it's not out of the question. I'll say that right now.
It feels like he's trying to justify it to somebody.
Either, so
yeah, it isn't out of the question, but I also didn't rule it out.
It's not in the question. It's not out of the question. It's somewhere in between.
You can't prove an invisible cat's not on the sofa.
True.
Anyway, let's keep going.
Then there's the service buddy, the guy who you work with and share a mission. Castiel and Dean from Supernatural, Band of Brothers. Sam
that turned out to be canon, though. That's canon, though. Castiel and Dean. And like, Sam with Dean, who he ends up confessing his love to. Like, that's canon. That's in the show.
So Band of Brothers.
I have admitted this on my channel before. I used to be a fan of The Big Bang Theory way back in the day. The picture of Howard and Raj There is an episode where those two talk
Dean,
about
thank
being
you.
in a three-way together. So
Yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
throwing that out there.
Band of Brothers is the
Like, that's
outlier here for
canon.
me, though, because it's just so out there. I've never heard anybody shipping any characters in Band of Brothers because
No, yeah. It's so serious.
yeah,
And grim. Like that,
yeah,
like that's not really a show. People tend to ship characters in shows that are like fun. Like there's a levity to it to some degree.
or at the very least where there's sort of two male characters as the main focus. But I mean, that show was not about two male characters. You didn't follow them, so yeah, weird.
Yeah. Also, to compare Sam and Frodo, two people who went off on an adventure together, who cared about each other, who were not action heroes, to Band of Brothers. I don't know. It just seems a little insincere, that comparison. I don't think that really. I feel like if you saw like Lord of the Rings, Band of Brothers, same thing. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like you missed the point of one of those. I think you missed the mark on one of them. I don't know. Anyway, back to this.
Frodo. Sometimes we choose one another's company, but sometimes we don't. In the Fellowship of the Ring movie, Samwise Gamgee is sort of deployed by Gandalf to accompany Frodo because he heard about the ring through the window. But it's a relationship overflowing with a sense of duty, shared love for something bigger than themselves, and a mutual respect. Lovers are normally face to face, friends side by side. Men thrive.
Okay, hang on.
This guy's the friend police or what?
Wait. So lovers are face to face, friends side by side.
Yeah.
You caught that,
So
right?
It's
Okay.
gay to look your friend in the face.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're on the same page there. So friends are face to face, lovers side by side, right?
Didn't he just
No, I
show
think you've got that
Frodo
backwards.
and Sam looking at each other's face? Like a
Yeah.
second ago?
So right here, let's go with this again.
Mr. Frodo's not going anywhere without me.
Face to face.
Face to face, right? Okay. Face to face again.
I'm glad you're with me.
Face to face.
The Lord of the Rings starts Friday, April 14th.
Right here, right?
Central.
Sam.
See? Face to face.
And you know what's even like the thing that's like the layer deeper that makes that really funny?
Yeah.
This is advertising material.
Yeah.
All right. This was some executive thought if we gay bait them, they'll
get them in. They'll watch. Got him. And you notice that's oh, sorry, I cut you off there. Sorry.
No, that's good. That's fine.
I was gonna say,
it's literally just that, yeah.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, you notice that it's Lord of the Rings, Fellowship, and Two Towers, right? That's because they were airing these before the last film came out. So, with only 2/3 of the story presented, they still thought they had enough shipping material to tease that as the main show. With 2/3 of the story, before the third one even came out.
That's insane.
I love it. Yeah, no, people, it's like, but remember, friendship side by side, lovers are face to face. So, I mean, there you go. By his own logic, it applies.
I mean, I think one obvious one that he's missed here, though, which is super not gay, of course, is the first Top Gun film.
Oh, yeah, no, not in the least. That was the most heterosexual film of all time. It was not, none of those songs became gay anthems for like decades after they came out. That volleyball scene was not. Oh, yeah, no, that volleyball scene's not at all a big joke about.
Man, hot take. I saw Top Gun with my parents at home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get the hype.
Oh, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying
Fair.
It's, I like Top Gun quite a lot, both of them, but like, Top Gun, the original is funny because like I grew up with it. We watched, it was on TV a lot, we'd watch it. And, it is, there's a lot of, the thing with Top Gun, it's the vibes, right? There's so many of those shots that are just so like evocative.
Right.
And I'm not talking like the volleyball scene. I'm talking like, like the coastline with the trees and the sunsets and the planes flying overhead. And there's a lot of manly bonding in that, which is really good. I feel like it's one of the few movies that like, even in like the deeply repressive like 80s and 90s, men could watch and be like, yeah, no, these are men showing affection in a healthy way. I mean, granted, some men saw it a very different type of affection being shared in a very healthy way, but I do feel like it is important for men to see movies growing up, especially where men are like affectionate with each other in a way that they're not shamed for. I think that's leads to more healthy discussion, as opposed to a healthy depiction of masculinity, as opposed to like very repressive, emotionally repressive masculinity. It was like also prevalent with men, like, don't feel anything, men don't have emotions, and it's like, oh, these guys did, and they were pretty like, yeah. I think it's important. That's what I'm getting at.
Fair, yeah.
Is it a great movie? I don't know, but it's a fun movie. I'll say that.
Shall we continue?
Oh yeah,
wait, sorry.
We will. But I'm gonna play some super chats real quick, so they're starting to pile up.
At WC Wit super chatted $5. He's just using example clips in rapid succession and never elaborating. It's almost drinker levels of clip overload.
Exactly. 100% agree with that.
At Stingertopia3169 super chatted $5. This is think before you sleep type of stupid we have here from this guy.
Yes.
Literally no substance. Starts with a point they pick and choose to get to.
Exactly. We're about halfway through. They still haven't like made any concrete points yet. We paused the whole time.
At Average Aspie super chatted $5. This dude didn't count how many times Sam and Frodo were face to face. If it were a drinking game, he'd be wasted.
That could kill you, the Lord of the Rings drinking game. That's a dangerous game to play. Don't do it at home, kids. You may die.
At Olivia_Williams_purple_fairy super chatted $1.44. Danger Zone musical notes.
Exactly.
At Zypher8677 super chatted $2. You should see TV spot Batman Begins Nickelback.
I've seen it. I'm not putting Nickelback on stream. That would be like that would hurt my speakers.
WC Wit super chatted $5. Top Gun Maverick felt like it was actively afraid of being seen as gay the way the original is TBQH.
Yes, I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. They were definitely mindful of it and held back a lot. Anyway.
In labor together. The best friendships I ever formed were in shared suffering on Boy Scout trips. In the rain, in the cold, in the wind, trying to set up a tent together in the dark. And men used to work together more regularly side by side before the digital era. I'm very lucky to work from home and have a keyboard warrior job, but it's isolating.
What the?
Many of you.
It's like men used to work. I don't work though. It's like men used to work out in the fields. I work in the keyboard.
Well, it's like
what's stopping him from getting a job in a male-dominated field? Like you can go work one of those jobs anytime you want.
Yeah, there's construction jobs.
Yeah, like that's a you problem. People still do those.
I just think the whole thing, hearing that, it makes me further cemented. The dudes probably okay. No offense to this. Well, I don't know if I should say no offense, kind of, to this guy. But it's like, if you're working a keyboard warrior job, are you leaving your house much? Are you seeing how people interact in the world as much?
Exactly.
I think that's a good point. Yeah, that like if you're living too much of your life online, like it's not like he seems like unaware of a lot of things about how humans interact with one another, and I'm worried that maybe he hasn't touched grass.
Well, it's like the thing about it is you can work a job within your space, but it's so important always when you're not working something where you're out in the world and seeing people that you at least make the time to go out there and see how things are in the world and socialize. Like, socialization is one of the most important things you can do. The thing for me, right, I'm mainly a writer is what I want to do. One thing that I like about my teaching job also, it gets my boots onto the ground every single day, so I see how people in the real world are talking, you know? Because it's super easy, I think, for writers especially, to find ourselves getting trapped into a bubble of only knowing our world.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right about that.
And not seeing what's
100%.
exactly surrounding us. And when you're interpreting literature and interpreting media, you gotta see how other people are interpreting things too. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and even if you don't work a job with people, there are like, sports leagues you can join, like local sports leagues. You can always go to like a local town event. You can do meetups. You can just work construction, if you really want to do like hard physical labor, like there are opportunities
There's
out
nothing
there.
wrong with blue collar work.
Yeah, 100%. You can get a good living with blue collar work. I have buddies who work as electricians who make a great deal of money. You know, it's like you could do that.
Yeah.
Like there's ways.
I don't know what he thinks jobs are as well, because I've worked jobs with majority men, majority women, gay people, straight people. They're all the same.
Yeah.
The relationships I've had with people I work with are all pretty much the same.
Yeah, you're working a job with them basically.
Yeah.
Again, that's why I think this is like a fake nostalgia type of thing where like his image of what like men and women are seems to all come from like movies or like things he's like it's it doesn't it feels like it's like a false longing for the past, like a fake nostalgia for a time that never really was but is remembered in pop culture that way because of media.
Yeah, it's almost like a pastoral what once was, you know?
Yeah.
And this is what we see from the Chads all the time, like you were talking about Top Gun, and there are a lot of those 80s movies where the relationships between the men in them was deeper emotionally than people now say they were. I mean, you look at Lethal Weapon or Die Hard. The characters in those films were not traditional stoic men like this guy seems to be fond of.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. And like, you know, and the thing also was it was presented without any sense of irony. Like, I like Scrubs as much as the next guy, but like, the relationships there have a lot of irony put into it, you know? There's a lot of like, between that and Psych, there's a lot of like, it's physically affectionate.
Dude, I
but like
fucking love Psych.
Oh, I love Psych. Psych's hilarious. But like, there is a degree of like, it's like, it's sincere affection, but through the veneer of like, kind of sarcastic humor, and so they can play off some of it as more like partially jokey. But there's more sincerity in that than like a lot of TV shows with like male relationships, I'd say. But even then, like they were able to communicate more affection between two male friends there than they would through like say a drama, because they can play it up as a joke if they really need to, you know, if that makes any sense.
Right. Yeah, I think that does.
Yeah. And so I think it's through the show's benefit, because you can have the characters be more like expressive, more emotive, more feeling, you know, in a way that network television would be afraid to do so in maybe other cases, you know, to an extent. Obviously not every show, but I think irony poisoning happened because we needed some irony to express some deeper emotions that just weren't being expressed like in more serious media. I don't know. That's my thoughts anyway. I think irony allows us to express maybe some deeper feelings sometimes when needed, to an extent.
I think it
when done right.
I think it also, like everything, it got overdone.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I blame Joss Whedon for a lot of it, even though Joss Whedon, I blame Joss Whedon for overplaying it. Yeah. It's funny, like, people talk about like the Marvel humor, but it's like really, it's not the Marvel shows that did it. It's the Marvel imitators that really pushed the line a little bit too much with the humor, I think.
Well, the one that always
just say that.
Marvel did to an extent, but it's the people copying Marvel's style that really pushed it for even further. Like, did you ever see R.I.P.D.?
No, I've not.
Yeah. So if you've seen R.I.P.D., you know what I'm talking about. You know, whatever Marvel did, those guys went way further with the well, that just happened humor.
Well, the criticism that always gets me if people make up Marvel is he's behind me, isn't he? And that joke predates the MCU by decades. I remember it being in famously in City Slickers, and everything since as well. It was just like a sort of a bit of a hack punchline.
Exactly. And then of course the worst case was when Joss Whedon copied the Avengers in Justice League.
Yeah.
Which like took it to like new levels of terrible. The Joss Whedon is fucking a mess. Anyway, back to this. I feel like we're getting sidetracked.
Yes.
You out there experience the same thing. I hated my cubicle job in my 20s, but I loved the presence of my cubicle mate, Dave, and his Star Wars bobbleheads and daily jokes about Grand Admiral Thrawn. There was a camaraderie and a kind of bromance that it was kind of surface level, but like the warmth of a fire, you can feel it most sharply when it's no longer in your life. Men are, in fact, dealing with a crisis of loneliness in the modern world. The culture changed, but so did the economy, which has elevated the skills of loner types and diminished the contributions of men eager to work side by side toward building something or destroying.
No.
Yeah, that's a hard
The
no.
pleasure in
thought before we
cooperation,
talk.
in talking shop, in the mutual respect and understanding of men who daily see one another tested is biologically valuable.
Okay. When you bring biology into it, that's why I have issues.
It
but
feels
like,
very incel-y.
It does. It really does.
It feels like he's trying to do like a commentary on capitalism, but use it as a way to justify homophobia, which feels like it. That's like pipeline shit. He's like,
I
doing
fight on
like,
the side of
this is-
capitalism
this is
for
like-
capitalism.
Yeah, this is like incel pipeline bait.
Yeah, like
because like when you start talking about everyone's experience as though like all men experience this fundamental like longing or lack, like it is an epidemic, but like it's not all men, and it's not. It's limited to a certain demographic.
Exactly.
I'd say, and I'm not saying that to diminish anything, but like to talk about all men and all women and general relationships in these kinds of terms, kind of just makes it more simplistic for the tribalistic they/them arguments.
100% agree with that.
Yeah. Boiling down
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
boiling down the male loneliness epidemic, which is a psychological issue, to some people are suited to working alone, while others long to be in the mines together.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. Nobody wants.
No one
to do
wants
building
to go
work.
to the fucking mines.
Yeah, no, God,
exactly.
no.
That's a failure state.
Yeah.
I'm just also very confused on why he's thinking that like men working side by side in the same field is somehow different biologically than women and men working together in the same field.
Yeah.
That like if men and women are working together, then that somehow changes the biological reality of like the whole idea that like it's biologically important sounds like some of that incel pseudoscience, like where they talk about like chin width and all of that stuff. Like it sounds like it's like it sounds like it's made up for like that type of circle.
And let's also be fair too. The male epidemic loneliness is a lot of the result of men hurting other men. You know, like it really is a lot of society's expectations on men, not so much where we work, but how we express ourselves.
Well,
only that,
I think there's just like a general
capitalism-
loneliness epidemic right now.
that too.
Like, especially, people are divided. A lot of people work from home. A lot of us are, using technology and stuff all the time. There's a lot of things that have driven us apart from one another. And so I do think that there is just a general human loneliness epidemic, but I do think it's strange that a lot of men will want to focus it on it like acting as if it only impacts men, because that's absolutely not true.
That's also true entirely. Yeah.
Because
almost got it when he was.
I mean, the male loneliness epidemic was created because there's a stigma about talking about feelings as a male. So perpetuating that system of not being open and that kind of behavior feels like it only makes the situation worse.
Exactly.
And when I have like talked to red pillars directly about these things before, and like when you tell them that like, well, men should just be more open with their emotions, you need to learn how to overcome this, and then they will insist that women will not like them if they show emotion, and that being completely emotionless is the only thing that attracts women to them. And I'm like, as a woman, I'm telling you that's not true, that women like when men are showing emotions, and they're just like, you're lying, we know women always lie about this. It's like, whatever twists around to justify their preconceived worldview, it doesn't matter if you even entrap them logically, they'll just claim that you're lying then. Like there's no pushing out of it.
Well, that's the thing too. Misogyny hurts men just as much as women.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, agreed.
Yes, that's what it comes down to.
Another thing
if I can
it's the gays' fault that it's hurting straight
it's
people.
the gay men's. It's the gay fictional characters' fault that men are lonely. That's what I think he's getting towards.
It's true.
Yeah.
Another thing
He's
I kind of felt bad for him when he was saying that, which I don't know if that's a weird take, but it's like
I
I feel
agree.
like he kind of
No, that
like
makes perfect
longs
sense.
he kind of just longs to have another connection like he had with his cubicle mate, and it's like you can't just hope for your job to throw you into those circumstances. You have to literally just go out there and try to make more connections yourself, because it's like you notice it. I think like so the ongoing thing that's like said always is after college you get like less opportunities to make friends, right? Because like in college you get a bunch of people that are all around your age with similar like interests all in the same place. Yes, but once you enter the real world, that means it goes more onto you. If he went to more maybe nerd events or something like, okay, so he likes Star Wars probably, right, from this. If he went to a Star Wars convention, or maybe in his area there's a Star Wars screening or something, if he went to that or something and chatted it up with people there, maybe he'd make some more connections that might help him out through his own like loneliness.
Exactly.
And he doesn't have to take it out on two lovely little hobbits who love each other very much.
Exactly.
And that's what he's
Romantically
ignoring.
up to you, you know?
That's what he's ignoring here, though, isn't it? He's always talking about men who are forced together into situations rather than seeking out male company, because a lot of the ways we used to socialize weren't profitable enough to keep going now, so they're gone.
Exactly.
Well,
we
it's
would go
like-
out to meet people, not like have to, you know, be forced in isolation with each other. He's talking about like soldiers in combat romantically, but not like, I don't know.
It's part of this problem where we don't have third spaces really as much anymore too, because it's like if we had more third spaces that were more gone to, then maybe it would be less of like an issue. But again, unless you put yourself out there extra hard, right? And I'm someone where it's like I claim to be, I'm the kind of person who I will randomly start talking to someone that I meet randomly on the red line. Like,
Not in the same way. So,
no.
Yeah, it's where you guys are good at making friends, I think. You know? It's a
No,
good trait.
part of why I bonded with, part of why I connected with Savvy was we were both extroverts. Like,
yeah,
and it's
the neurodivergent extrovert experience can be hard to find.
No,
I'm just a loud introvert. I guess that's how I work out. I fit
You
in
know,
with people.
it works for you. Yeah,
Yeah.
it works for you.
No, it's one of those things where it's like you gotta put yourself out there for literally everything you get. There are thousands of people that you walk by each day if you're walking, and like it might be harder if you drive mainly to places, but it's like just drive yourself to, even if you don't like drinking, like maybe a cafe, right? So say he works from home, find a good cafe in the area. You get at least one person that you talk to. You at least talk to the barista there, and that's something too. I winding up befriending one of the baristas at a novel or at a writer's cafe in Maine, and we're now good friends. But it's like you get that connection at least, and then like when you're around there, you might find something cool. Find something like the trick to stop loneliness is you find something that you can notice on people. Like anytime someone has a pin, colored hair. I'm not a big fan of graphic tees myself, but if someone else has a graphic tee or something that's cool, I tell them, hey, you got a cool shirt. And that's a chance to strike up and like break loneliness. Even for your shirt, if you're a big fan of the collared shirts with button-ups, hey, I like your button-ups today. I don't know.
Something nice, something affectionate, like something that makes you feel good. And it makes them feel good, makes you feel good. It's like a good thing to say, I think. Just a compliment, I think, goes a long way. I always remember a story I remember reading about years ago where someone, unfortunately, they did end up jumping off a bridge. I think it was the Golden Gate Bridge, unfortunately. But when they found their letter, it was like, I will walk to the bridge, and if one person smiles at me and says something nice, I will not jump. And it's like, well, that's the life we live. No one says something nice to each other anymore. It's really sad. And it's human affection. It's just, people are just too caught up in their own stuff. On a lighter note, let me play some super chats real quick, then we'll go back to the video. Sorry about the bleak note. I just realized how bleak it was when I said that.
At Bob of the
Dude,
Old
that's
Days
my entire
super
fucking
chatted
channel.
$5.
That's fair.
Watch how he notices capitalism ruins brotherhood, but pivots to, it's the gays, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's capitalism, but actually the gay's fault.
At Black Rabbit Studios 11 super chatted $9.99. I used to listen to these clowns caused I correlated het W inherently toxic and wanted some type of counterbalance that meant nothing in the end. Early 20s het mask insecurities at their finest.
Exactly.
At WC Wit super chatted $5. I'm tired of the deep focus on male loneliness throughout media. We're all fucking lonely right now, not just the dudes.
Exactly. It's a lot
Yeah.
of loneliness. It's sad. But hopefully everyone
Well, I mean,
feel...
I'm not gonna pretend that there isn't like a problem with like young dudes getting.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, especially with guys. I think.
Like there is when we refer to the male loneliness epidemic, we're more referring to like a
by the way, would you mind
subculture of
covering for
young
me for
men
1 second?
being
I'm going to the bathroom real quick
radicalized.
again. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
1 second, sorry. It's been they had habanero sauce at lunch today,
Hey,
so
you are doing great. Don't worry. You should be proud of yourself.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, the loneliness epidemic for men and women is a problem, and I think a part of that as well is
There is a general loneliness epidemic for all people.
Yeah, and I think
like
unfortunately,
social media.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly the same thing. It's encouraged by social media, where you're encouraged to get more likes and clicks by being as obnoxious as possible, rather than opening yourself up and being sort of not insecure. What's the word I'm looking for? Vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's not encouraged in society. Whereas that's something you find in some of the things he's talking about, like being in war or even just playing sports together. You do express that vulnerability.
I think that it's easy to continue socializing for me because I have dogs. I think having dogs is really helpful because you take your dogs on a walk.
I work in sales, so like I talk to people all day.
I take my dogs on walks, and then they meet other dogs in the neighborhood, and you just easily get to know your neighbors over the course of having a dog.
That's one of the other tricks as a non-dog owner too. If you see anyone who has a dog out, ask them, "Oh, what's your dog's name?" That is like
that's like a perfect way to meet people nearby.
It's fun. You might get a good dog, who will vibe.
All dogs go to heaven.
My pet of choice right now is I've got a snake named Hermes. He's a little guy. He's lovely, but I can't take him for walks. I can't be like, "See, dog, this is my snake."
You could.
I could not. Unfortunately, Hermes would not survive a dog. He's a good boy though, or I don't know the gender. Gender neutral snake. Haha.
Yeah, I think these are he's identified the problem, but he's completely wrong on his solution, which is again, like we've said, it's blaming it on the gays. So to be fair, gay people are some of the most sociable people I meet. So
you gotta be. Really... I mean, it's not like you're gonna find like LGBT stuff not looking for it.
Yeah, he's a weird. It's a weird point to come to that it's all biological as well, because I don't think it is biological, and I think we've kind of proved that tonight by being different people who all socialize in different ways.
But I'm gay, so I mean this is just what we do.
I think one of the beauties to online communication too. So one of the things too is we're living in way more of a text-based world, which I think the whole thing. I think voice chatting always kind of carries differently than text chatting as far as things go too, and it's really easy to just get in the habit of not doing calls and stuff. Anyone who's been in servers with me can testify. I will hop into random calls to just tell someone, "Hi, you're doing great, goodbye," and then leave. Because just that momentary feeling of I'm talking to a person kind of just changes things. Because it's also, when he didn't upload this in the winter, but winter is just not a good season to be feeling this too. It's that season.
I don't think he's feeling anything. I think this is all being done he's just bringing this up to support a wider point, or this isn't actually commenting on that issue. We're not bringing up studies. We're not really talking about it. We're just saying the buzzword here.
Yeah, you've always got to be wary of anybody that talks about psychological phenomenons, and then doesn't bring up any studies and just attributes it to what they think it is.
Yeah, wait, where's your sources? Well, he's sourcing it to sourcing it to that author like C.W. Lewis, I think he's been sourcing.
C.S. Lewis, yeah.
But yeah, where are your sources, Bachelor? I don't know if that's actually a thing. I could have sworn I heard that in a H-bomb video somewhere, but
I don't think his lack of sources is like a problem. I think the bigger problem here is the fact that like, you know, this stuff is all just like a smokescreen.
I've arrived. Sorry.
To introduce.
No worries.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a toxic masculinity story for you.
Oh.
So, you be me. Work at a day job where they serve you lunch.
That's nice.
It's very nice. It's Taco Tuesday. They set up, guac, sour cream, salsa, and then they set up a homemade.
Your day job just like why is your day job so good?
Corporate. Best way of explaining it. So be me. Then you put up a. You get set up with a habanero sauce, a homemade habanero sauce. One of the cooks brought it in, and you look at a guy who you have a bit of a hard time with, and you guy puts some habanero sauce onto his stuff, and you're like, okay, I guess now. Oh, hang on, let me ban a user. 1 second. Put user in timeout. 24 hours. I'm seeing you. I'm seeing what you're posting there, buddy. You're gone.
There.
Yeah, someone was spamming certain N-word in chat, so I'm banning that right now.
Ooh.
Yep, just saw that.
Nevron?
Yeah, well, I was in the bathroom. I just saw that someone spamming the N-word there. Yeah. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so be me. And then what happens is you look at them and you decide to put all the habanero sauce in your taco, and yeah, that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at mentally right now. Lots of habanero. So yeah.
I'm sorry you toxic to your own masculinity.
I did toxic my own masculinity. It's pretty bad. So yeah, I don't know who that guy was, but he's now kicked out of chat. That's pretty gross. Let's let some super chats play in real quick. That's weird. Yep, chat. If you guys can just talk and push this guy out of the response, that'd be perfect. Thank you.
At Kazuki Obero super chatted $5. As a dog trainer, please don't approach other people's dogs without the dog's owner's consent. The dog might be
that's
reactive,
important.
and you could make it worse.
Oh yeah.
That's super important. Yes, that
Right.
yeah. So yeah, if someone has a
At
dog,
Tall
always
King Movie
ask.
Bubbles B6N super chatted $1.99. The fuck is happening?
Yeah, I don't know. I was in the bathroom for 5 seconds, come back, and I see a guy spamming the N-word in my chat. That's always fun. But yeah, no, now it's gone, which is good. So
Banned him while on the toilet because that's how much of a shit you give.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, well, he's gone now. Is the kick permanent? Let me find out.
It should be.
It should be.
I don't think there's like any I don't care who you like.
If you went
I'm
high
sorry,
from
you
channel,
can't-
yeah.
Yep, he's gone. Oh, he's gone. Yeah, he's done. Okay, cool, excellent. That's never cool. Yeah, never. Let's be chill, guys. All right, let's not be assholes. Like, anyway, back to the video.
One of the key features of worthwhile friendships is that the circle expands to include others. C.S. Lewis wrote that the opening line of a friendship is, "What? You too? I thought I was the only one." Things begin in a shared love for something and grow from there. For C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien, they were opponents at Oxford on a matter regarding the English language curriculum, but they found out that they were both obsessed over Icelandic myth and language, and so they formed a club around it called the Coalbiters. No one is going to find a friend based purely on selfish motivation, like ending their loneliness. It has.
Right, but are you then implying that romance between two men is selfish? Right? Like, is that
He
like
reminds me of Reverend Putty from Moral Oral. Well, if the women are allowed to date women, then how the hell am I supposed to have a chance?
Exactly, right? It's like, yeah, it's like friendship's supposed to be inclusive. Like, yeah, that's fair. It is inclusive. So why are you saying you can't do this one thing? You know, it's like his own logic is like, Yeah, no, you can't prove there isn't a cat on the chair. Like, yeah, but you can't prove there isn't one either. It's like, yeah, friendship's supposed to be inclusive. Yeah, so you're just excluding an entire subset of men. Like, it's like one of those things where you like, the more you look at it, like he's really wrestling to avoid saying the thing that's very homophobic in the process of being very homophobic. Also, C.S. Lewis.
I agree with that.
Is there another man he can reference aside from C.S. Lewis? Like, it's just C.S.
C.S. Lewis is like the authority on what is and isn't friendship. He is like the friendship.
It's because he's a very Christian,
exactly,
writer from the past, right?
Yeah.
So he's from the era
but I
of
just
when
think
things
it's funny
were good.
that we're treating C.S. Lewis as if he's the definitive authority on friendship.
Well, I mean, like, dude,
I thought that was Twilight Sparkle, to be honest.
C.S. Lewis invented friendship before everyone was just wandering on their own, being like, "Huh, I guess I'm lonely." And then C.S. Lewis was like, "Hey guys, it's friendship in time," and everyone friendshipped.
Yeah, and then they friendshipped all over the place. It was amazing.
With Sam Hyde.
Sam Hyde. Yeah. God, yeah. It's very, I mean, again, like, it's funny because having just did the second story video a couple weeks back, she referenced C.S. Lewis constantly too. Like, constantly. So it's this very traditional Catholic perspective, I think, that's referenced a lot with C.S.
Well,
Lewis.
I mean, if you're like from one of those like very religious households, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna at some point reference C.S. Lewis.
Oh, 100%.
Because like that's like because you can't read Harry Potter.
No, yeah, it's satanic, but Aslan's Jesus.
Like most things you can't read, but C.S. Lewis is like the Christian author who's been there for a generation. So that it's from that passing down of ideas and
Exactly. And plus C.S. Lewis is also very talented. That's the thing too. Like, as much as I want to joke about C.S. Lewis, he's a very talented writer. He's very good.
I feel like what's funny with the whole Harry Potter thing is, I don't know, I think my generation was very different on this because we were after the first big Harry Potter craze. I feel like the Christians had softened tremendously on Harry Potter by the time it was like super mainstream, because I was way more, I remember seeing the final movie, like, I think in theaters. But like
my roommate had was not allowed to watch Harry Potter and had to burn his Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah. I knew kids growing up in like elementary school, middle school, whose parents thought that Harry Potter would literally bring Satan into their homes.
Yeah,
that the books would open up a portal to hell itself.
We had, like, my parents never did it religiously, but the only thing that I remember, like, firmly, the reason why I was taken away, I was playing Grand Theft Auto 5 in middle school, and my mom comes down and she's like, "Hey, you're a white guy. Can you punch a black guy in this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can." And she's like, "Do it." And I did it. And then she's like, "That's racist. You can't play this game."
It's like your mom tricked you to committing a hate crime to convince you to stop playing Grand Theft Auto.
Your mom tricked you to committing a hate crime in Grand Theft Auto so she can.
Yeah, no.
That's so woke.
To middle school me, no. So that was the reason why Grand Theft Auto was banned, even though we owned it in our house.
I love
She was
that.
like, oh no, this is racist. And it's like, Mom, I'm the one who has to tell you the most things. Well, it's like we grow up in high school and I'm like, "Hey, Mom, this is kind of racist. Please don't say that." And she's like, "What?"
I never had to do that with my mom.
Gotcha.
You must have a pretty racist mom.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I think just like older generations they don't always know.
Well,
it depends on their intention
mom,
too, right? Like, some people have intentions where they're gonna say it anyway because they believe that, but some people just like don't know that like certain terminology is out there, things like that, and then when you inform them, they're like, "Oh, sorry," and they don't do it again. It depends on the person.
No, fully within things.
I'm just bragging about how woke my mom is.
I'm so glad that you have such a woke mom. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty great. Okay, so we're gonna move on with this because I think we should proceed. But I love everything we're saying right now.
Has to begin with a passion and an interest in other people. Men do want to work together and feel like they're part of something. The Stoic Seneca touched on this when he described seeking out friends just so that you won't die alone. Anyone
Extra
thinking
Stoics.
of his own interests.
Is the Stoic verse this crazy?
The Stoic verse is this crazy, but this is like a classic Stoic. This is like like Seneca, I think is like
So I'm trying to understand, because like last I heard of Stoicism, which I'm not up to date on all the philosophies, but I always thought Stoicism was, just a philosophical, a school of philosophical thought. When did it become this like the adopted red pill ideology, or has it always been there and I just didn't notice?
It's always been there to an extent. Like Stoicism kind of came back into fashion every few centuries, really. Okay, so Seneca the Younger was a Stoic from 4 BC to 65 AD. So he's an ancient Roman satirist, a statesman, a poet, a dramatist, and he's kind of one of the.
I thought this was just another YouTuber.
No, he's referencing like a much older Stoic, like the OG Stoics, like from Rome Stoics.
Gotcha.
So he's gone beyond just like referencing like YouTubers. Now he's going into like classic mythology, which I'm like, okay, that's cool, that works.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let some super chats play in because I think a few of them are getting interesting. I saw a couple just pop up now.
At WC Wit super chatted $2. Is this man a goddamn trad cath?
Probably. All right, here we go. These two I wanted to reference right here.
At Bob of the Old Ways super chatted $5. You think Harry Potter promotes Satan? I think Harry Potter promotes transphobia. We are not the same.
But you see, I think both.
At
I'm not letting Satan into my house or transphobia.
Exactly.
Enkidu. Gilgamesh
Besides,
called out.
wasn't Satan
"Help
kind of
me.
transphobic?
They do not know you as I know you. Was the Epic of Gilgamesh mentioned yet?
The Epic of Gilgamesh was referenced earlier. I mentioned it before. But yeah, no. I'm glad someone else is pointing out how homoerotic Gilgamesh is, because it's very, very gay. Anyway, back to this.
Friendship with this in view is making a great mistake. Those kinds of friends are fair weather and clingy. The fellowship that forms in Tolkien's Rivendell is.
Let me go back a second. What was fair? What was that again? 1 second.
And feel like they're part of something. The Stoic Seneca touched on this when he described seeking out friends just so that you won't die alone. Anyone thinking of his own interests and seeking out friendship with this in view is making a great mistake. Those kinds of friends are fair weather and clingy. The fellowship that forms in Tolkien's Rivendell.
I feel like this guy stopped talking about gay things a while ago and is just giving us his grievances on the state of friendships in the world right now.
I think so,
like,
but I
he's
think
been doing that for a while.
I agree with you, but I think I see where he's going with this, and I don't like
yeah,
where it's
I know
going.
he's building up to something, but I'm like, wow, dude, you've got a lot of baggage.
I think what he's trying to imply is that gay people are inherently selfish and not interested in like actual human relationships, but just like a selfish gain, which is extremely
that says
homophobic.
a lot about his relationship with women than if he's a straight man. If he assumes that like if a relationship is sexual, it must be inherently selfish and for like selfish reasons only, not a genuine emotional connection. Like maybe do you treat women that way?
Yeah, that speaks volumes about that more than anything else. Like that's really awful, actually.
Oh my god.
The implications is, he would be better off just saying, yeah, I don't like gay people than what he's going for right now.
Right, because, like, I knew he was going to be homophobic in this, but, like, he's homophobic in an overtly misogynistic way. He's making it way worse than he even had to.
Yeah, he's just digging, it's like, stop digging down. Dig up, stupid. Get out of the hole you're digging for yourself. It's getting worse.
Guys, I want you to know that this guy probably spent an entire day being like, yeah, this video is good. I'm going to upload this.
This guy probably spent more than one day thinking about men all day.
Yeah, he did. All about men. Just men. And going like, Frodo and Sam never look into each other's eyes. Should I check to make sure?
He looked at that scene and was like, this isn't gay.
I see nothing gay about this relationship at all.
This is what I want from my bros.
Yeah, bros just gazing longly into each other's eyes, holding each other's hands along long journeys and voyages, giving little forehead kisses.
Looking
a companion to share my love with.
Exactly.
Chatting side by side.
Exactly. Holding hands. How it is meant to be. Making potatoes. Anyway.
is not an amalgamation. It is part of the masculine instinct to take up arms with the guy next to you. We long for courage, and so often we're just waiting for the guy next to us to get the ball rolling. Someone has to say.
Frodo, Sam, and the other hobbits don't take up arms necessarily. They just they survive on a journey. They're not violent characters. Take up arms.
The next person that I see when I'm walking in the streets of Chicago, I gotta stare them dead in the eyes. Or the next bro I see when I walk the streets of Chicago, I'm gonna go say, bro, you want to take up arms?
Do you quarrel,
Brother,
sir?
do you want to join me?
Did you bite your thumb at me, sir? Quarrel? Do you quarrel, sir? Stand your guard. A plague on both your houses.
We fight against the threat that is loneliness in guys.
By fighting the gays.
Also, basically...
What did I miss, gentlemen?
Jesus Christ.
Oh
no, Barry! Go, Barry, save yourself. I know I'm going with this one. Okay, cool. End scene.
Where?
Say I first. Truly meaningful friendships, they are not closed. They invite others into it. Two men getting together like Lewis and Tolkien did to share their writing becomes a campfire that other men want to join, and that's the group that became the Inklings, which helped birth The Hobbit and the Screwtape Letters and Narnia.
I think is he trying to say that he doesn't like when people interpret certain friendships in media as queer, because then if those two characters got into a relationship with each other, they could not invite other people into the friendship in the same way.
I think he wants a polycule.
I was like, are you a polycule here, dude? But
He wants
okay, so is he trying to say that if two people, you're imagining them in a romantic relationship, now that's making their relationship more stronger and more significant than their relationships with other people, and therefore it can't expand to include more and more men.
Yeah, but remember this all started with Frog and Toad being gay. Frog and Toad don't welcome other people into their relationship. It's just Frog and Toad. It's two people.
It's right. That doesn't even make sense.
Right? Okay.
C.S. Lewis once said the pinnacle of male friendship is Frog and Toad.
Yeah. Yeah, he said that. He quoted. He saw the 70s Frog and Toad books and was like, no, this is the peak of friendship, actually. Remember, that's how it started. He said Luca and what's his name from Luca weren't gay, and that Frog and Toad Alfredo. I almost said
Alberto.
Alberto. I almost said Bruno, but that was the other guy. Friggin' Frog and Toad are
My
gay.
bad. It's Alberto.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Alberto. There we go. And Sam and Frodo, who, by the way, for most of the book for most of the trilogy, are isolated from everyone else. For the vast majority of Lord of the Rings, it's Sam and Frodo on their own, and then Gollum shows up, who's not a friend, by the way, but an interloper. So it's what even is, and even then, C.S. Lewis and Tolkien, even though they had the Inklings and all that, it was Lewis and Tolkien's specific friendship that was different from the rest of them. I have drank beer in the very same seats that Lewis and Tolkien sat in at the pub in Oxford when I was studying abroad. So those two hung out in a very small booth together. It was very tight, I might add. They've added on to it since then, but they were not exactly inviting 5 or 6 different guys into their seat every week at the pub after Oxford classes. So just saying it right now. Fair. Anyway.
Something, and that can be literature or fantasy sports or soccer, video games, or war reenactments. You will not find the war.
That's an odd combination of activities men do. Games, soccer, sports, Civil War reenactments.
What do you mean? Those are all the activities that men do. Men do nothing else apart from all of those specific activities, and they have to do all of them, otherwise they're not men.
Exactly. If you don't reenact Gettysburg every weekend, then what are you even doing with your life?
Right.
Jesus Christ.
warrior, the poet, the philosopher, or the Christian by staring in his eyes as if he were your mistress. Better fight beside him, read with him, argue with him, pray with him. Masculinity requires doing things. It's not just setting things right or bringing order to chaos. It involves saying yes when you might want to say no to your kids, to your wife, to your community, to the guy at work who wants to hang out on Friday when you're tired. When you get locked into despair and saying no and you retreat into yourself, there's nothing there. The world becomes worse off and you need to be a part of it. Men have to be willing to get hurt and to be challenged. I think a lot about strained friendships like that.
Describing character development
Yeah,
in general.
I think he's lost the plot. Like, what does this have to do with anything?
What does this have to do with men or male friendships or
the underlying argument?
He's just over here being like,
I thought this video was supposed to be about gay little hobbits.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But now
the
he's
underlying
over here.
argument
Yeah,
is
sorry.
supposed to imply that homosexuality doesn't fall into these normal character tropes of writing because that they are some sort of other or some sort of thing that doesn't necessarily almost exist. So I think the argument here is look at all this traditional storytelling elements. Gay people don't fit into that, in my opinion. Therefore, if you want to like classical literature, movies, shows, media, you have to reject homosexuality.
That gay people don't have the ability to be courageous. That's essentially what he's talking about. Being willing to be vulnerable, courageous in the face of danger and things like that. You're just talking about writing a character that has motivations and is a well-developed character. But also, I just don't. How does that not apply to queer relationships too? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no. It's who you are attracted to does not change the fact you are capable of being courageous, being all those things. I mean, does he think that gay people don't do Civil War reenactments? Is that what he's saying?
Yes.
Everyone gay does Civil War.
They're not allowed. They're not allowed in.
Gay clubs are just Civil War reenactments these days.
Jesus Christ! It's I guess gay people just can't reenact Gettysburg. I guess that's a rule now.
No, Gettysburg was a straight people battle.
That's probably why
they only let straight people there. That's why they called it Get Himburg.
Jesus Christ! It went on for so many days.
Like an old accent.
Jesus Christ! I love it. All right, let's keep going. Jesus Christ.
Mir and Aragorn, or Bucky and Captain America, even 007 and 006 before the events of GoldenEye. They're people
specifically the 3 minutes they were together before GoldenEye, before the events of GoldenEye.
Dude, GoldenEye changed the world.
It did. It was a very good James Bond movie.
I've actually never seen it.
Oh.
He's the opposite of everything he's talking about because James Bond doesn't have any friends.
Exactly. He doesn't have. There's no sign he has any affection towards 006 in GoldenEye. They're just coworkers, but there's no indication they have any friendship beyond that.
His closest friendship is Felix Leiter, who turns up every now and again.
Yeah, and even then it's almost purely professional. They don't hang out on the weekends, really.
No.
It's that's really the example you went with, James Bond. Also, James Bond is extremely self-serving and extremely selfish. It's well, if friendship is selfless, that's the opposite of what you're looking for. Jesus. Anyway, why is Dollar Store Ryan Reynolds talking about GoldenEye? I wish I figured it out too, actually. We have theories only so far.
One another. They fight, but they're passionate. They care about things. John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, America's most explosive frenemy relationship, was so warm and so affectionate at one time and so
all right, you got me. I'm going to write fan fiction about them now.
Yeah, right? Are you trying to say, do you think people haven't written John Adams and Thomas Jefferson fan fiction?
Who hasn't, right?
They died on the same day. They died the same day. Hours
That's
apart.
So romantic. Oh my god.
And one of their last words, I forget who died first, but I forget who died second, but his words were, I think it was Thomas Jefferson died, I think, first. It's John Adams' last words were, and Thomas Jefferson lives. Even though he had died earlier that day. Because he was so mad about him living until his final second.
That is such a ending in a gay coming of age novel.
And if you look at what they were saying about each other during the presidential election when they were both running against each other, the level of vitriol delivered at both of them was insane. Like, I think at one point one of them said the other guy died and couldn't show up to the election because he had just died, so don't vote for him. And he just published the story, and he had to write a retraction saying, "I'm not dead, actually. My opponent just has as STDs, and therefore it's rattled his brain." And it's like intense, like the slanderiest of slander possible. I'm not even making this up. It's like roughly what happened generally. But
sounds
still,
like modern era politics.
It does, except with less fact checking, if that's possible. Anyway.
To build a country, but they couldn't agree on the details. They loved one another because in that friend, in that rival, was someone else who cared. That's what I want. I want people in my life who give a damn and want to talk about it. Men are not often very good at this. It does take time, but that starts with making your values known. It gives somebody else the opportunity to reciprocate. You have to open the door so someone can walk through it. And guys, that relationship might end up looking a lot like Frog and Toad or Sam and Frodo. There will be hugs, backslaps, eye contact, tears, anger, and
Why
quiet
does he call
coexistence.
backslaps? Like, what are we?
Like I guess slap each other on the back, like touching.
Like you give each other a hug and you pat the other person on the, or you give them a little slap, like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, but that's like,
yeah,
that's a normal. But the thing is,
that's
it's
a normal thing to do.
Yeah, it's a normal thing to do. But the problem is, like, that's not the thing. Is I think I get where he's coming from in a sense. You know, male friendship's important to talk about. It's good to have men be affectionate and not, just for the sake of it, to show normal male friendships. Yes, I get that. You're not wrong. The problem is you're talking about Frog and Toad and Samwise Gamgee and Frodo Baggins. That's the issue. It's the specifics, not the generality. It's like, also Bakugo and Midoriya, it's like another one you chose that's very interesting considering how widely shipped those two are. It's like no one's shipping Hank Hill with his buddies. Everyone ships Sam and Frodo.
Like, yeah, that's what it's getting at. Like, he's trying to make it out like if characters show any signs of friendship at all, then everybody's going to automatically assume, no, friendships can't be like this. It absolutely must be a romantic relationship. But just because you do see that romantic tension between two characters doesn't mean that some of the actions they're doing can't also apply to friends.
Exactly.
Like, if two characters are laughing together, like, you and your friends might laugh together, you will also laugh together with your significant other. So, if whether or not the characters have the relationship, it doesn't negate those qualities.
Exactly. And there's no indication either that you can't also be gay and still have male friends who you're not romantically attracted to.
Exactly, that too, yeah.
Like that's the thing too. It's like you can have friends who are gay, who are men, with other men, and there's no romantic element to it at all, or no sexual tension at all. You could have that. So like, and you can have two gay friends who are friends with each other and not attracted to each other. Or even if they are attracted, that doesn't factor into the relationship. Or they can be romance lovers and still be friends. It's like, this reductive perspective of it is like so reductive to the point where I'm like, come on, really? What's your argument? Like, the thing is also like specifically Samwise Gamgee and Frodo Baggins. We've already pointed out. Frog and Toad, we've already talked about that. They're not that subtle. So it's like, I still don't see any reason why these particular characters can't also be interpreted as gay. I'm not saying you have to interpret them as gay, but I'm saying there's a reason why people interpret them as gay. And there's a lot of reasons why, actually. Some more canon than others. So it's like...
That's kind of the homophobic undertone of the whole thing. It is that thing of, if people think these characters are gay, then you can't like them in the same way as if they were just friends.
Exactly. Yeah, which is just a toxic way of approaching things.
It's on the toxic gossip train, dare we say.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, let's watch more of this guy.
Let's wrap this up. I think we're almost done. Last
you can
minute.
sit around and play video games, do nothing, or go out on an adventure. You share one another's company. Now, why does the culture try to corrupt and deride friendship?
Here we
One
go.
of C.S.
Oh, it's
Lewis's
corrupt.
most bold claims
Corrupt.
in The Four Loves about this is that friendships
I
are
hate
a
that
threat
term.
Yeah, no. When you hear like this is corrupted by the gays, all of a sudden you know, oh, we're going into
This
Christian
guy is
fundamentalists,
like
aren't
played a
we?
Gregorian chant.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you know it goes into like, okay, now we're going into, yep, there you go. Okay. Yeah. So that's what it is. Yeah, no, that's, yeah, no.
power and collectivist tyranny. When you form a clique, it discriminates and sets up walls around it about who is a good fit and who isn't. It's selective and values-based.
That's not at all.
Absolutely not.
No.
I'm so sorry that you didn't have friends in college, but no, put yourself out there and try to connect. There are people who want to hang out with their certain group of people, and you know what? The more the merrier normally, but at the same time, a clique is not meant to be exclusive. It's just they vibe with each other. Please leave them alone.
Yeah.
No.
Not every.
Sorry.
I'm with you on that one. You said the same thing I was going to say, but way louder and way more concisely. I love that.
Dude, this entire thing, he's straight conservative James Somerton.
Oh my God.
You're onto something with that.
I don't think he plagiarized yet. He's
Although,
citing his
at
sources.
the very least, he seems to have written this himself. So he's
No,
cited sources.
But
plus
he's
one for
hardly
that.
given any sources. Here's the whole thing. Aside from C.S. Lewis,
and
there's barely
the other
anything
guy.
here.
And the other
Yeah,
guy from
he
ancient
doesn't have
Rome.
many. Yeah, that's true. He
Well,
just
it's like-
yeah.
Well, it's just like the whole thing. You as a writer, you as the person who's doing a video, it's your job to express your voice and your thoughts, right? Stop preaching the gospel of C.S. Lewis as if that's your opinion and treating C.S. Lewis as a model of the male friendship. That guy is dead. He does not care.
Didn't he believe in fairies, or was that Sherlock?
That was Arthur Conan Doyle. Yeah. He was the one who went Mr. Crocker on like that one photograph of the cut out fairies.
I am so sorry for crashing out like that. I have been witnessing this guy preach in moral grandstand about friendship as someone who is so lonely. And the hardest thing for me is it's just like, dude, there's 1,000 ways to put yourself out there to engage with people, and yet you're taking the baggage out on people thinking that there's a guy romance in Lord of the Rings. Like, I'm sorry, no. You want your band of brothers, go to war, but no, don't do that, please.
No,
sorry.
yeah. Also, I'm seeing in chat people saying that Moon is a straight conservative James Somerton, actually. So we have to do him.
I don't know who that is.
I'll have to do that another time.
Okay.
Just to quickly recap here, this whole thing, this whole like Sisyphusian sort of argument is that gay people discriminate against other men, therefore they're a corrupting force on the youth.
Apparently, because and the discrimination, I guess, is they want to have a romantic partner. How dare they? So
if his argument here is that cliques are bad, though, what did he think the Inklings were?
They're literally a clique. Yeah, it wasn't open membership. You couldn't join them. It's like friendship opens up. Yeah, sure, but it doesn't open up to everyone. Like, Jesus Christ.
It's just like I don't understand like why you give a fuck. You know, like, are you just upset that like there are less men on the market for you to like be friends with because you think that gay men can't talk to other men?
I guess, or like he thinks the existence of gay men devalues male friendship, which is even more fucked up if that's what he thinks. Like that's really fucked. But it's like I like this man less and less the more he keeps talking. Like the more he says Timu
It's getting worse and worse. Yeah.
There's no way it can get any worse though. I said naively.
And those values can be bad.
Jesus Christ! What the fuck? You completely.
I don't think it can get worse. So we just.
I don't think it can get worse, and they're a plague on the human race.
Oh my God!
To be fair, I think he was trying to use that as an example of some people whose values are bad. Like I think he was framing that negatively, but it was just kind of a jump scare.
Like, Jesus Christ! It's like it can't.
Oh my
like
gosh.
those gay people ruin things.
You're
Here's
gonna
Hitler.
play it, dude. You're gonna play it, and he's gonna be like, "And not all of Hitler's ideas were bad."
No, that's
He
just
had a-
that's
at
just
He
Trump.
liked animals.
Do you hate animals?
All right, let's
Okay, so
let's
go
finish
ahead.
Can
this
be
thing.
good. And what he feared most was sort of a quasi-communist world in which all men are companions, but none are friends. Which is to say,
Okay,
they
What the
are
heck?
to
What?
one another's.
What hands?
A lack of male friendship is communism. Communism is the male loneliness epidemic.
Dude,
Boyfriends and no friends. Do you want to live in that world?
oh
Can
my
you handle
gosh.
that?
What's that? You think Sam and Frodo are gay? Well, that makes you Stalin. Do you want to be Stalin?
This man.
After
It
getting
was a commentary on capitalism the whole time.
Oh my god, this
After
last
getting-
minute is amazing. This is the greatest.
after getting so close, after getting so close to saying capitalism bad when he's been pushed into a job where he has to work on his own, which he clearly hates because he was in love with his
Yeah,
the guy he worked with.
clearly.
Now he's pivoted to, oh no, it's all communism's fault somehow.
And it's like he's saying like if all men are companions but not friends, it's communism. What the fuck does that have to do with gay people?
It always comes back to communism,
Right?
It's wild. Like it's,
if
these
this
like
ties-
incel circles. It's they're angry at women, and then somehow they always tie it back to communism. It's the
Right.
funniest shit.
And like,
Well, I mean, savvy women caused communism, right?
Yeah, women. Yeah, communism is women, and yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
but like looking at his logic, it's like I'm trying to map it up. So he starts Frog and Toad and Sam and Frodo can't be gay because friendship opens people up to join it. People who want friends for the sake of not being alone are not good friends. Okay, I follow that. Those separate points, how they tie together. So basically, the reason why the reason why Sam and Frodo can't be gay is because it's selfish, which makes friendship not make sense. But if all people are companions, which is to say, talking because they don't want to be lonely, that makes them gay communists. Do I follow that correctly? Is that the logic here?
Yes.
If you listen to his argument in the context of everything, it really does sound like this dude straight up saying, brother, if there are gay people, we won't have friends. Which just feels
That's
bizarre.
what's driving me nuts. Is
Yeah.
that he seems to think that like if your relationship with somebody turns sexual or romantic, then all the friendship part goes away. That like you can't be friends and in a relationship at the same time. Like that's why I'm like, if you like had a wife, would you not expect to also still maintain the whole friendship elements of that relationship once you're married? Like I don't get it.
It's crazy. Like it's
or that you won't have that you'll have to stop talking to every single woman you've ever like had a friendship with.
Yeah, I
I
don't get
think he
it.
might be under the impression that like if two men got in a relationship with each other, they wouldn't be allowed to have any other male friends.
Which is like bafflingly backwards.
Yeah,
Like,
which makes
what?
me think like, is that normal to you? Like, if you have a girlfriend, do you not have any other female friends then? Like, I'm guessing not based on the things he's saying, but like, that's wild. Imagine just like not being friends with or not having a friendship with someone you're in love with. That's nuts.
And also, a lot of these countries banned homosexuals. Like the USSR
To
was very
preserve the
homophobic.
amount of male friends available in the pool.
Yeah, I guess. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's a very logical reason why they would limit that. Like, if there's a friendship epidemic, you got to limit the number of gays so that the market can open up.
Exactly. That's how that works. I'm sure. Pair them up by removing the people who want to have be more than friends.
Gays, you are having it too good. You got to stop being yourself, queens, and we got to start being friends of our straight partners.
Jesus
This guy is literally like shipping Sam and Frodo is the communist pipeline. They're trying the Frodo and Sam shippers are trying to indoctrinate you into communism. I can't.
Everybody knows that the reason Stalin disappeared so many people is just because he had too many friends.
Yeah, they wrote too many fan fictions about Sam and Frodo, and they had to go.
And it was easier to disappear them than to just say, I don't want to be a friend anymore.
Yeah, the Maoist Cultural Revolution was purely because of all the fan fiction. Actually, unfortunately, modern China does have something like that happening because of fan fiction. Jesus Christ.
Because of how many gay people there were in China at the time, they had no friends to go around, and they all went fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm. But actually... Oh yeah, let's just finish this up real quick. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. This alternate history hub video is comedy gold.
It's great. But actually, you did hear about how they banned AO3 from China because of gay fan fiction, right?
No.
Hell yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. So I think it was the Untamed. I think it was, which is one of the Chinese dramas. There was a gay ship where a fan fiction author made one of the men in the relationship, I think, feminized, which is to say, like a trans woman. And I think they made him pregnant, and this bothered people in China to the point where like there was a fan shipping battle where people were like, "How dare you make him a woman? How dare you do this? How dare you criticize us for this?" And it became a thing where you can file in complaints to the Chinese censorship board about AO3, and they banned AO3 as a result of it.
What's AO3?
Archive of Our Own. It's the biggest fan fiction website internationally.
Wild, dude. You should like make a video on that. That's nuts.
Oh, I talked about it in a video recently. That was in my second story.
Oh, you did?
Video.
Okay, I have to catch up.
You should do a dedicated video though about the situation.
I would, but that was a couple of years ago. It happened though, so it's no longer fresh news. I think.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's fresh news. It's fair. The internet. Most people don't know.
That's fair. I think.
Not paying attention to current events in China.
Yeah, that's fair. I think what's her name? Kali does things, or Coley does things. I think did a video on that a while back too, which is really good. But I might do a video on that.
I can't talk about disturbing games. Creepy did it 3 years ago.
I know, right? I can't talk about this movie. Creepy covered it. He ruined it for everyone else. I'm sorry.
He did it in 2014. How am I supposed to talk about it now?
It's old news, but what's old is new again. Anyway, back to this.
Company. Nobody chooses it. Friendship is a miniature rebellion against larger groups and power structures.
No.
What? What the
No.
How is it that every sentence he says makes it worse?
He's trying so hard to be deep right now. This video is just I'm 14 and this is deep. That's what this feels like.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, this is I'm 14 and this is deep. Oh my god.
How does it get so much worse with every new syllable he says? Jesus Christ.
Watch it get worse again. We're going to play it and then he's going to say something worse.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's see.
Deep, affectionate, and values-driven male friendships are in fact threatening to some people. So be a bug in the system. Build friendships, and that starts with putting your values out there and purpose for people to see. Let's get it done. Thanks for watching Geeky Stoics. I'm Steven.
Wait, he never brought it back to gay ships.
Yeah, he
never even brought it back. It's like he thought he was fully making a video about the importance of friendship.
He never said why you can't have Frog and Toad be gay. He
never came back to why it's ridiculous to think of Frog and Toad as gay. He just ended on.
Well, gay people are.
Make sure you're out there making friends,
I thought
guys.
he made that pretty clear.
I mean, that's his implication, but he never directly said like. He never.
Well, he can't say the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, he never said the quiet part out loud, but he never tied his argument together either.
I mean, we're all in agreement, right? This guy's like a modern philosopher or something.
Oh, he's a modern stoic.
The important takeaway from me is it's not about the journey, it's the rebellion against the communist system that we made along the way.
Exactly. 100%. It's all about the communists we beat along the way. Jesus Christ.
I always feel very sad for like the red pillar mentality that they tend to view all relationships as transactional in some way.
Right.
And I realized that when I was reviewing a red pillar book on my channel, and that hit me when they were talking about like how there's market value, there's trade-off, right? Like women provide sex and men are supposed to provide whatever. And they're completely like, that's horrifying on its own. But beneath that is this very sad thing where it's like, you can't fathom that a lot of people legitimately just want to spend time together.
Exactly.
That a lot of people just legitimately enjoy one another's presence. And that it's not transactional in some way. That's what this video feels like. It feels like somebody does not have many powerful friendships, finding someone unrelated to blame it on, but can't stop from coming back to the fact that deep down this is a cry for help. This is yeah.
Although what I think is this.
What did we learn, Palmer?
I don't know, sir.
I don't fucking know either.
Yeah, that's what I know now.
I guess we learned not to do it again.
Yes, sir.
That's all I figured out from this. I have no idea what the fuck we learned from this video.
I don't know.
That's all I figured out. I don't know what the fuck I figured out. I thought going in like, oh, it's gonna be like more like directly like being overtly homophobic, but we ended up going down a rabbit hole of bizarreness. I was thinking, oh, he's gonna say something stupid about Sam and Frodo, but it became like a whole red pill
like
thing.
Reference the actual characters more and like say, oh, some people think these characters are gay because of XYZ, but that's not. And I thought he tried to like refute the point in some way, or like involve the examples of the characters he showed at all, instead of just like taking it in a totally different direction about loneliness.
Yeah, this felt like very abstract. Like one thing when I write a lot of video, sorry, I cut you off there. Sorry, Phineas.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, like, when I write a lot of video essays, like one thing you gotta worry about is like babbling. Like I always try keeping it focused on the point. What is the point of this topic? What am I arguing?
I have a hard time with that too. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be conscious of it because there's always the easy. Like even with this, I'm working on a video right now for this Friday that's going to be about a response to another religious channel actually. And like one thing is like, how do you keep focused? Okay, what am I trying to say here? What's the point? Don't go off on tangents. Focus. Cut down, edit, refine, continue. And it's not always easy to do that if there's a lot of things being talked about at once, but you got to hone in on the core idea. And if you hone in on that core idea, it makes a very effective video essay. There is no core idea. Like it just kind of meanders. Right. And it's like, it feels like a video written in one draft. He never like refined it, never looked back and went, oh, I'll refine this or rephrase this. He just read it straight through, was like, yeah, that's good, and then just went from there.
It feels like he took a detour, like he started going off on a tangent, and you assume he's going to come back to the plot eventually, but he just finishes the tangent, and then the video's over.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, the biggest thing for me within it, right, is you got to have a point, and it's like, I feel like, okay, so this feels like the kind of guy, and so, you know how there's some, like, cults, right, or like Mormonism, or not even that, but just someone who tries to get into your things so they can bring it back to their philosophy in life. Like someone you starts befriending you because you meet at like so I met someone at my improv class that I took at Second City about in January-ish. It was very fun. The dude seemed chill. I invited him to, he asked for my spare ticket to Drunk Shakespeare that I went to see. It was fun to go see. But the dude, beforehand, we met at a Taco Bell, and he was like, hey, let's just talk. So we were talking. I need to preface, this dude's kind of weird. He pulls out of his backpack, as we're talking, a full-on gallon of milk and starts drinking from it out in the wild at a Taco Bell.
At Taco Bell.
That's what you got to do.
Of course.
Just a gallon of milk, and I'm like...
I'm not hearing anything wrong with this. So
yeah, where else can you drink the gallon of milk? Like what, at the Pizza Hut?
You don't have a backpack milk?
So the way this wound up...
I don't have your backpack milk. That's fucking lame. I'm sorry, Phineas.
You're right.
I keep cutting you off.
No, you're fine. Don't worry. So the way this wound up genuinely going, right? So it's like we met there, everything good. And then I was about to go to a party the next day, and he's like, hey, you mentioned you're going to a party. Can we continue this conversation about philosophy at the party you're going to? And I'm like, I was the one invited, sorry. But he kept badgering for the whole thing. And it felt like he was just trying to push his philosophy on me. And I found out that he was part of some weird church thing. I'm forgetting what church it was.
Is he like a, what do you call it? Oh, like
Jehovah's Witness?
There you go, Jehovah's Witness.
He was let's see, what was it? He was from the let's see. Hang on. I can find this. Hang on once.
I swear it's some like fucked up cult that we've heard of that's like you dodged a bullet.
It's called the Shores Church.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
The Shores Church?
The Shores Church.
Is it a cult?
Well, they're Assemblies of God Church.
The Assemblies of God. I'm gonna look this up.
There's so many, man.
Yeah.
Well, the weird thing is he first went to a few like get-togethers with me and hung out.
Okay.
Yeah, and hung out with me for a bit. But then I was on the train back from Minnesota to or from Minneapolis to Chicago because the train's the best way to travel. And he sends me the message, "Do you believe in a God, Phineas? You seem to say whatever you think honestly. I was wondering if that's a spiritual trait." Just randomly out of the blue. This was after a few other weird things where he sends me a meme where he's like, "I will find you." Like it's the name Liam Neeson, "I will find you." And it was weird.
Weird.
Dude was weird, but I'm pretty sure the whole thing is he might have liked improv. But at the same time, my brain thinks that maybe he signed up for the improv class hoping to find someone that he could convert to his church. Because, like, the whole thing with the "do you believe in a God" thing, and then the weirdly, like, wanting to talk philosophy nonstop, he felt like a converter, you know?
That or
yeah,
like
that
he
could have
maybe,
been, yeah.
That or he was taking the
Sorry,
improv
no, go
class.
ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say that or he's taking the improv class to get better at converting people. Because, like, it's like it's like how a lot of salesmen take improv classes to think on their feet better, you know? Because you're basically a salesman for God at that point. Missionaries are basically just traveling salesmen for God, for the church. They're trying to sell you on the church.
Yeah, fair enough.
I will say this. I think that I don't think that the Geeky Stoics is irredeemable in any way. I think I see a lot of repression in him. There is a chance he can make better content, I think, if he gets better at writing and like I don't feel sorry. Yep. Sorry.
I mean, like right now, his popularity is most certainly off of like people who subscribe to a certain ideology.
Yeah, exactly. Videos,
but not because this is not a well written video.
No, it's very sloppy. He also defended Sydney Sweeney, I guess, too.
Did he defend the Pendragon cycle?
I'll tell you this, having seen the Pendragon, I was going to make a video about the Pendragon cycle, but then I watched it, and I have so little to say about it. There really is nothing to say about it. It's like, the biggest story is the production, that Daily Wire made it, but like, it's just such a very nothing... it's just a nothing movie. I don't know, a nothing series. It's just nothing to it.
Well, good for him that he got to visit C.S. Lewis's house. Like, good for him on that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool detail.
I guess.
I like that. He likes Star Wars. He likes Andor, so I'll give him that, you know.
Look, the thing from... The thing again, do it about
probably
something
likes the
passionate
prequels.
I'm worried about the one that's like why Americans are unhappy. I feel like that's gonna be full of like self-help bro bullshit.
Seriously, I'm a little concerned about I saw it too. Finding friendship according to C.S. Lewis and J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust her friendship advice.
Look, the whole thing with it, right, is quite simply, I think the dude, if he really likes philosophy, he should make a philosophy channel and leave the geek stuff out of it because he's not really drawing from the source material. You know, it feels like the geek stuff is the catch to get him into stoicism and it's like the hook for the fish, right? Oh, yeah. This new theme associated with a franchise that you love. Mm-hmm. And then once they're reeled in, it goes into him talking about his philosophy with like barely any sources or any vibes of like
it
actual
could just
research.
so easily become like an intellectually dishonest slop factory, like a CinemaSins style thing. It has the same.
Yeah.
That same.
Well, give CinemaSins credit. They're not like propaganda. They're just bad.
No.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, no. I don't mean it in that way. I mean in the sense of like being intellectually dishonest about the media you're analyzing as a way to get clicks. Like, yeah.
Okay, I see the angle you're
yeah, that's what I meant by that. No,
Yeah, it's like okay.
You're valid. I see you.
Yeah, it's like okay, nothing unforgivable here. Just kind of mediocre. Okay, let me play some super chats real quick, and I'll end us. I'll wrap things up with one last little goofy thing.
Sounds good.
Let's read supers first.
At Zypher 8677 super chatted $2. My takeaway from video is Tolkien and Lewis were gay.
Yes, that's the only takeaway to have. That's the best takeaway. You got it.
At Starry Sparrow super chatted $5. Basil and Dorian. Faustus and Mephistopheles.
Yeah.
Gatsby and Caraway.
Especially.
Achilles and Patroclus.
Very.
Bert and Ernie.
Yep.
Apollo.
Yes, exactly. All of them. Especially Apollo and Rocky.
At Eshan
As
especially
soon as it's Apollo, you meant.
04181 super chatted $5. I'm starting to think that C.S. Lewis was in the closet.
You know, with all the talk about male friendship, it's possible, but I think he wrote about more than just male friendship.
At Bernard_CK super chatted $5. Just came back. Is this guy like that one piece of bacon ranting about gay people being equal chronic smokers?
No, that was funnier. I'm not going to lie. That was much funnier.
At Racerk45 super chatted $5. WTF is there footage of Hitler, Lenin, Stalin, and Mao?
Yo, I have no idea. I still don't know. I think I know, but I don't know.
At Average Aspie super chatted $5. He uses Lewis quotes of him preaching dogmatic rhetoric when Tolkien criticized him for being like this with his writing.
Yeah.
The irony is dense.
I mean, Treebeard is based on C.S. Lewis. The guy who puts you to sleep with his voice.
At Starry Sparrow super chatted $5. Woke wants men to FUUUUCK. Glory to Marx. Joke.
Glory to Marx. Love
At
it.
WC Wit super chatted $5. What does that "can Narnia survive Greta Gerwig" mean? Greta is maybe the most deeply Catholic mainstream filmmaker in ages.
Honestly, if anyone could do Narnia justice, it is Greta Gerwig, I think. I think she's going to do fantastic. But, you know, women direct, therefore, who knows? Oy vey. Okay, I want to wrap us up with one last little goofy thing before we sign off for the night. I'm going to go back to this VHS thing again. Just because there's so many options. I have to use these somehow. It's just too stupid not to use them at some point.
We got to shout out the channel that made those too.
Yeah, VHS dates. If you VHS dates, small channel, really good stuff. These aren't real. They're all fake, but they're still pretty great. Oh, we have the super chat for you, actually, Creepy.
At Racerk45 super chatted $5. At that creepy reading, are we going to see a video on anti-woke YouTubers?
Creepy, you hear that one?
Wait, what?
Yeah, you got
anti-woke
super chat,
YouTubers?
Actually. Yes, the super chat asked if you're going to do a video on anti-woke YouTubers at some point.
Actually, yes. I have been toying around with video ideas for, like, you know, biggest grifters and stuff like that. Because, like, you know, grifters are like a type of worst YouTuber, but they're not like the, you know, like, you know, if I made a whole list of worst YouTubers and they're all just grifters, it would be a lot of me repeating myself. But I feel like making a list specifically talking about what grifting is, how this works, and, like, you know, what kinds of, like, people would actually categorize into that across the aisle, you know, that I feel like that would be a pretty fun exercise.
Exactly. I think it's a good idea. But I'm biased, of course. I've talked about that a lot, that topic. All right, here, let's try this one.
I love them. I mean, that's why I know you, because I love watching that. I mean, like, it really does fit into that worst YouTuber stuff. And, like,
oh, yeah.
Really, I do like like, I like calling out shitty behavior, you know? Like, I got a platform. I have the ability to do so. And I feel like if you don't push back against this stuff, like, because, like, you know, I was in that stupid rabbit hole from, like, age 14 to 19. And then I got, like, kind of pulled out by the content creators that I watch and seeing the counter arguments to these beliefs that I originally thought, like, should be held close. But turns out, like, nah, I would just fed bad info.
I think it's such an important part too. Like, we forget, like, sometimes how there is a pipeline on YouTube that leads you down those rabbit holes, but there's also a pipeline
it
that
takes
leads
a
you
little
out.
bit to deprogram too. It wasn't all at once.
Exactly. And I also feel like, unfortunately, online people aren't allowed to make mistakes and learn from them in an appropriate, like, time. Like, you have to make, like, improvement, like, overnight, and you can't be like, because brains don't work like that. You have to be deprogrammed.
Yeah, if you have, like, an ingrained idea that's been there forever, it doesn't even matter if, like, you know, there's irrefutable evidence. It will take some time for your brain to decouple it.
Exactly. All right, let me show you this one real quick thing, then we'll wrap up, because I'm starting. So I know I gotta get back to my kid at some point.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think this is a good one to end on, because we did two guys. Let's do let's balance it out here.
Yeah, real
like
smart.
her
Someone who
look.
can
Yeah, I love her look.
name all the continents. You know, someone like that, like who could be on Jeopardy. Maybe somebody who works on a computer. I like the little like click clacking sound.
I like her
Hi,
already.
my name is Lee. I am a veterinary technician, and I am looking for my twin flame. Oh, I want my next relationship to last forever. Yeah, I'm looking for the real deal, I think. I don't know. I'm getting old. I'm pushing 30.
Oh,
I
God
dream
damn you.
vacation. I think to go to the desert. Somewhere real dry.
The Caucasian
Your skin gets
dater.
all cracked up, you know?
God.
I don't know. I think I got a lot of good qualities. I'm somebody that you can rely on. I'll just always show up for you in a pinch, you know? 'Cause I'm a great cook. I make a mean peach cobbler. Amount of pickles my brother used to get into when we were kids. Yeah. Always showed up for him. But I'm looking for somebody sensitive and funny and sweet, and I think I can give that back. I'm real thoughtful. I can fix anything in your house. I'm real handy. I don't know, just give me a call, I guess. I'm real excited. I'm new to town, so I'll just be waiting by the phone. I could really use somebody to hang out with. Someone.
Okay, I like her. Okay.
She's so sweet. Oh my gosh.
Also, she
She's
didn't
so
specify what gender of the person she wants calling her on the phone.
Ooh.
So, Sammy, you have a chance with this fictional character. with this is totally not real person.
I don't know. I need to see how good those handy skills are.
I
before
know.
I can say yes.
Same.
Because like you could fix my sink, but is it fixed if I gotta get it fixed?
What if we break the sink first and see if she can put it back together? That's the only test to make sure.
Don't do that to her.
Just take a sledgehammer. to it
True
and
love
go.
requires effort, my friend.
Let her chill.
That's right.
She seems friendly.
She seems really cool. I just like to. A, adorable. B, has a good vibe. Just a cool. You know.
Sometimes the ones that seem the coolest are the worst.
That's true. That is true. That is also true. Here, we'll go with one more. I think this one looks. I think this is a real winner right here. I think this guy's gonna be a real winner right here.
Obviously, I need a girl with some style, someone that can go around town. Well, I play bass, trying to learn the keyboards, man, but it's tough, you know, going like that. Well, I'm in between bands right now.
Oh, that's a great sign.
I was a part of a power slop trio.
Oh, really?
But, you know, we didn't do so good. My best qualities, I'm starting my ninth semester at community college.
Ninth semester, huh?
I believe firmly the key to a good relationship, man, is just whenever you get into a fight or whenever you don't agree with something, just bail, man. It sounds corny. I know, I'm a romantic. Do I want to have kids? Yeah, I think that could be fun, man. As long as the wife and kids are okay with me out drinking and partying and rock and rolling all night, just every night, and then like working about 1 or 2 days a week.
Oh, 1 or 2 days, huh?
As long as that happens, man. I can't wait to meet you.
Real winner, that one.
At Starry Sparrow super chatted $5.
Oh, we got a super chat?
Gay people have existed for as long as mankind walked on Earth. Gay stories exist for as long as writing has existed. Light and love for you all.
Exactly. Completely true. So, chat. I agree with that fully. Chat. Would you go with the bassist? The bassist. Hit 1 if the bassist what sounds like a real keeper, and 2 if you want to say run away as fast as you can. What do you guys think?
These are very well observed. They are so close to being real.
Yeah, so close. Like, just bail, man. When things get tough, just leave. I love that. I can fix him. I see all do that in chat. Like, yeah, you can. Good luck. I love that. All right, I think we're gonna wrap up right now. It's getting a little late, so if everyone goes around and just tell us where you can find you, and then we'll close off for the evening. We'll go in reverse order from last time, so start with Creepy.
Hey, what's up? I run the YouTube channel That Creepy Reading. We cover everything from animation, horror, and video games. I recommend starting with the cartoons that dealt with serious issues. That is one that I liked, and I would like more people to see it.
All right, Phineas?
First of all, I think all your guests for the future should make one of those dating videos, but to advertise their
Oh my
channels that you can play.
God,
At
yes.
the end,
That'd be
I think that'd be a
great.
funny bit. But second of all, hi, my name is Phineas. You can find me at the one and only Phineas. If you like the history of film, specifically animation or other retrospectives, it'll be a good spot to chill. We got a variety of things that you can learn about, and also you're doing great. And also, enjoy.
Ryan?
And I'm Ryan at Nothing But Media NBM. You can find me reviewing old TV shows. I'm currently working my way through the entire Rockford Files, but I've also reviewed every episode of Columbo and
nice.
and a little documentary. The documentary is probably the best thing I've done, because my reviews tend to be short and but yeah, it's fascinating stuff if you're interested in looking at TV shows that apparently weren't political because they were old, but yet are intensely political.
All right, sounds good. Oh, and Savvy?
I'm Savvy. I'm at the YouTube channel Savvy Writes Books. You can find me there. I've got a new video coming out this Friday.
Excellent, excellent. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Take care, everyone. Have a good one. Bye-bye.